Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. We have some awesome topics tonight. We also have a campaign that just launched from Drew from Comics Elite we're going to talk about. And you know what? I got to ask you first, Dead Guy. What were you talking about with free music? Because my remixes are getting really tiresome.
I mean, listen, your remixes are a lot better than anything I can actually produce. But I had another channel. When this channel started, I was doing music, and it just flopped. I just didn't do very well. So I started another channel and putting all those music on there, and then I decided just to close it and merge it. But I was trying to do free use, royalty free. If anybody wants to use it in the background of the videos, they can. It's not really a big deal, but you're more
It's
than welcome
totally
to it.
awesome. I'm going to. Bianca, no!
Oh no, where'd you go?
One. We lost one.
We lost Bianca. That is awesome, though. I'm going to check it out. I definitely am. I seen you say something in Robert's chat, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. I'm always looking for free music or stuff to help the channel, so that's awesome. And we got a wonderful Bianca back. How are you?
There she is.
I'm using my phone right now because I'm still at the party, and somebody called me, and so when I leave the page on my phone, I can't hear anybody, so I have to go out and come back.
You are forgiven this time. This time only. Drew!
Hey,
Drew, you
yo.
launched something. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, Born of Blood 3 special
Acted already.
edition. Launched Friday night at 10 o'clock. It's a 12-day campaign. It launched Friday night, and we're already at $57,000.
Yep.
Wow, man.
Yeah, and this weekend only. It descends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Where the Jamie Tyndall collector box and the Shikari launch cover closed this weekend, so you can only get those by tonight at 11:59.
That is
Looks like a video
awesome.
game.
It looks like a what?
It looks like a video game.
I was
Yeah,
thinking that when I was
put her in
looking
Wonder
through
Woman
it.
outfit, and nobody will ever know.
That is so pretty. I
Yeah,
mean,
Beautiful
seriously.
artwork. Beautiful artwork.
Shikari killed it. He is the next big superstar, guys.
When did Shikari not kill it? Let's be real here.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. But yeah, that cover is exclusive only until tonight at 11:59, just like the Jamie Tyndall box. But everything else will be available until February 1st. But if you want those covers in that box, you better jump on it tonight.
I actually
Holy
like
crap.
this
That is,
better.
wow. Look at the texture on the skin. That is wonderful, man. That is wonderful.
That is
See
amazing.
some lights and stars.
Hey, Tristan,
In the
you're
book
familiar with his work by now. You should know a lot of his covers by now. All the covers
This is
he's
my
done.
favorite. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
really?
lie. This is how
This
can
is my
you
favorite
pick
too. I
just
said it
one?
first.
It's so good. The coloring, everything, like absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. Holy crap. Oh, you're doing PDFs also?
Yep, PDF downloads. But the thing is, too, if you buy any of the boxes or whatever or exclusives, it comes with the PDF automatically, I believe.
That is awesome. I put it in the chat, you guys, just a few seconds ago, but that is really
find the box.
Yeah,
That
Tristan, you've read issue 3, so you know issue 3 is really damn good.
really damn good.
Cheater.
I mean, there are wonderful things
But yeah, we also
about having the perks in life when it comes to this comic.
absolutely, and I'm sending you some pages for issue 5 as they're coming in, so you can get a little sneak peek behind the scenes.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome. That's so, like, this has got to be kind of, in a weird way, that what's the word I want to use? Like, it's got to be very humbling to you to see this come to life and then be so uber successful at the same time.
I was tracking the numbers where we were compared to number 1. We blew out day 1 of issue number 1 by 3 times it, and it's ridiculous. We've hit by this weekend what we hit by the end of week 1 for issue 1, and we've already passed issue 2 on Kickstarter. So this is insane right now.
That's awesome. That is so, I'm so glad to hear it because it's such a good book. Albus, you absolute crazy person. You absolute crazy person. Let me bring it up here. Usually I'm like, Robert, Bianca, get this for me.
Yeah, well, I'm in here, so
That's what I
Raymond,
meant.
we already know Raymond.
There we go. Albus, thank you so much.
What am I doing?
What's up, Nerdettes Newsstand? Welcome back. We miss you. So glad to have you back. Stay awesome, and please know that you are truly loved and adored. Thank you so freaking much,
You are.
Albus. You are a crazy person, but you are wonderful at the same time. Thank you so much.
Nah, man, that's all BS.
By the way,
That was such a bad joke and made me laugh.
Thank you.
By the way, can I ask something about was Born of Blood? If you guys ever tried to, you guys should try, if you can, for the final issue, get Frank Cho to do a cover.
Oh man,
That would be a perfect way for the final issue.
I'll try to reach out to him and see what he says. But issue 6, all I'm going to say is you guys are going to have no idea what to expect with issue 6. You guys are not even going to see it coming at all. Period. I just talked to the new
The
interior
hero
artist.
and the villain will
Wait, a
have
new artist? What happened
lesbian makeout. Got it.
Why a new artist?
Damn it, she guessed it. Yeah, we got a new artist. Because Tristan knew. She said it when she read issue 4. Yeah, he was falling behind. Carlos fell behind, and so we had to get a new guy for issue 5. And his art is dynamic and explosive. And we just talked about issue 6. He's already turned in some rough sketches for issue 6, and I wish I could talk about it, but I can't.
It is, I will say, I know you can't talk about the art yet, but I was super impressed. And when I reviewed issue 3, I was like, there was a little bit of like, he felt like he was rushing. Nah, there's none of that. That's all gone. That's all gone. That is all gone, and it is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm saying that, and it's not my book. I mean, come on. But yes, I guess I did not ask. Jared, how are you?
I am doing very well, and I have a project that should be launching this year, as a matter of fact, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Everybody got a project. I got
Yeah.
nothing in life.
It may or may not be a comic based upon a certain Justice League run by one of my favorite writers of all time. So,
Jeff Johns.
Yes. He is Robert.
You're going for a new 52-esque feel.
Kind of in that. Kind of, but I don't want to
Then
get too
that guy here will like that.
Yeah, I love the new 52. Are you kidding me? That was
I know. That guy loves the new 52.
I like Jared. I remember Jared. I like Jared.
If you can make a better version of the new 52, then we'll see what you got.
I've been binging through the omnibus of Donny Cates' Venom, which is the best. Yeah, there you go. The best Venom run of all time, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Well, to be fair, it is there's been other runs, but really, the only thing close was all those 90s miniseries.
Yeah, but this one, it's like, oh no, he's got a giant axe and he's gonna like kill the King in Black. I'm like, yes.
Oh, and I got the Absolute Carnage and King in Black omnibuses.
I need to get those two.
Really? Donny Cates' Venom was good?
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Donny Cates' everything except for his Hulk is really good.
Even his Hulk had a good idea, but
celebrating that he was off of Venom when I was on Twitter, so I was like, "Is it bad?"
No, well, jeez. I can see why some people as it went on, especially some of those who want that to be, oh, Venom and Eddie are in love, and he was one of those who stood down saying, "No, guys, no, gross, no,
stop being creepy, But yeah, so I'm working through that, and I'm working on a video talking about why the Superman trunks are stupid.
No.
Hey, Jared, you still owe me a debate on Lois. You still
name a time and place, dude. I'm there.
I told you to name the time and place.
Come at me.
Oh my God.
This is the argument.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, I did a video that I got blasted for online talking about why Lois Lane is not essential to the marriage to Lois is not essential to Superman. The marriage. You can have the character be there, like the new 52 Superman did, but you don't need the marriage.
That's too funny.
That
would be interesting. It would feel like the whole thing would be like.
And also, I noticed a lot of your arguments seem to surround about more and more defending the New 52. No trunks, no marriage, things like that. It
Well,
feels like you're just trying to defend the New 52 changes.
I'm defending also Man of Steel because he
yeah, exactly my point.
Less valid.
Little sneak peek into next week. Speaking of Lois, you're going to discover a little kink that Lois is into next week with Superman.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
Always what I love in my comics.
Oh my
Tristan,
gosh!
Lois just got more interesting.
Is Bendis back on Superman? That sounds like something he would do.
Hey, Tristan, did I send it to you? Did I send you the images of the pages?
No, rude.
Oh, or I'll send them to you.
Rude.
We're rude.
How rude.
Rude.
Exactly.
Real quick.
Set up a show called Nerd Fight.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick, I will tell you the title of my project. It is Athena, Goddess of Thunder. Specific reason why I label Athena as the goddess of thunder. I know she's not, but there's a reason why I go with that.
Ooh,
Interesting.
that's awesome. All right, we're gonna start off. Like I said,
Hey,
we're talking about.
you didn't finish the intro.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a terrible host. Robert, how are you?
Not too bad. Just to finish my Monkey Island stuff just a little bit ago.
How did that go?
It went very
Actually,
well.
I watched most of it. I listened to Lisa a lot of it. Like, how did it go? I don't know. I wasn't there.
It went well. I finished things up very nicely with it, and yeah, I'm just grateful for it. Next, it's going back to Walking Dead, as I'm still ahead of you.
Yeah, I really need to get back to that, I suppose.
So yeah, I gotta get to season 2 and season 2, 3, 4, Michonne, and then after that, I'll be getting into Spider-Man.
Really?
Was fitting
No, I'm
after I
just
did the
kidding.
Arkham games.
Speaking of zombie stuff, who here has watched The Last of Us?
Oh
I was
my
actually gonna
goodness.
ask if
Hell
anybody
yes.
knows when the next episode is coming out.
Tonight at 9 p.m.
Oh my
Hell,
Okay. My life is complete.
Let me put it this way: that's the most real, that's the most accurate game to show thing. And this is coming from someone that had high hopes for the Halo show. We all know how that turned out.
Last of Us. Is top.
The
notch.
thing is it was very. Now, this brings up a good point. Did it bother you? It was so close.
No,
I
really don't care, because here's the thing: if it's adapting an IP, if it's purporting to adapt the story, adapt the story.
I mean, yeah, I get it. It just felt like I knew every beat for beat, and I gave it really I gave it massive praise. It was
why I don't want to personally. I don't want things to be a 1-to-1. Maybe a 1.25 or whatever. You know what I mean, right?
I think you mean like 0.75 or like 75%.
Yeah, because I don't want it to be exact, but I don't want it to be too radically different either, because it's the same thing with Walking Dead. Robert Kirkman put it best. If it was, especially with someone as popular as The Walking Dead, yes, you could do a 1-to-1 translation, but everyone has to do is just get the books out and be like, oh, that's what's going to happen. Plus, you never know what's going to happen with actors.
The Walking Dead is pure perfection. How dare you say
Yeah,
otherwise? Moving on.
I didn't back it. Did I criticize it?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Mugging me back there, right?
No, Joseph just did.
I know. Fired. Anyways, so yes, The Walking Dead is perfection. Last of Us has been great, and I can't wait to watch episode 2.
Sorry.
Punchable face aside, who read Nightwing 100? I gotta talk about this because
I did.
All right.
I just got it. Really read it.
Now we've got the Do you mind spoilers, that guy?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
It'd take me an hour to read that book. So yeah, we're good.
We're not getting a Justice League. Justice League is done. We're getting the Titans.
For now,
for now,
temporarily.
They'll be back.
Centered in Bloodhaven. What I wanted to ask is, did they go hard on bail reform?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't just me?
I would say yes and no. Yes, they went hard on it, but it didn't dominate everything. So it's more of a case where, yeah, it's heavy hand. It's more like traditional comics when they would do stuff like that.
Okay, but it definitely, here's the thing. It definitely felt like, and the reason I bring this up is because the last half of the issue was really, really good. I love the Titan stuff. I love the idea of centering it in Bloodhaven, Bloodhaven, and having this basically, these original Titans that we like back, not Teen Titans Academy Titans, real Titans.
Thank you. In other words, the legitimate ones.
Yes, but in the very first couple pages, it was very clear. And I normally don't say this about Tom Taylor. Normally don't. His politics were coming through pretty fucking deep.
Oh, so it's a regular Tom Taylor book, is what you're telling me.
No,
no. He.
I've never noticed it this bad. Go ahead, Drew.
It's bad. It is clearly. You can just tell. Okay, he is not American. When you.
Oh yeah, he's Australian, so he goes with he thinks Australian politics are the best politics.
Yes. And but the big one of the bigger problems beside the bail reform is the fact how you had this prison break, you have prisoners running wild in the streets now. There's no mention or talk about them by the end of the issue. It's like, wait a minute, you have rapists. What the hell happened to them? But no one talks about that.
The thing is he was like, bail, just having bail in general is evil. Like, I'm not a big person for bail on small charges or whatever, but like bail in general was Bianca must have got a phone call. Like bail to him and evil, it was generally like evil to him. It was very clear. And then it was like, these are murderers, many of these. And he just kind of goes like, well, I can talk him down. I can tell him to be the good guy, and then they're going to be the good guy. What?
That works. Because that works all the time.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. If that's how it works, then there'll be no one terrorizing like Gotham anymore. Because Batman would just be like, be a good guy.
Well, remember, this is the same guy who thinks if someone's coming here illegally, they're all good people. None of them are criminals.
Yeah.
The same guy who thinks that.
They're just misunderstood.
It's Australia.
Yeah, it's Australia. Which, ironically, bail reform didn't Australia start as a prison colony?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm like, dude,
from criminals.
Really ironic there.
Thank you so much, M-Pause Mortal Wombat. Just because. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I got one more, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And again, with the anonymous shit that I hate. But okay. Thank you, Anonymous.
Bianca just texted me and said, bad connection, give her a moment.
No.
Well, it's not good to see myself in comics then. Thank you so much. Good to see myself in comics, your whole crew. Have a fun show, guys. Thank you so much.
You hear that? The rest of you guys are all part of our crew.
That's right.
Hey,
even
Tristan,
you, Drew.
I emailed you those pages, Tristan, and Robert. I sent you the pages in the Facebook.
Just to make it clear, I privatized a lot of my Facebook stuff. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. They had no clue.
Just so you know.
Well, okay. What the fuck? What the fuck?
But yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I want writers to leave their politics out of their books, particularly because here's the thing. It's one thing because the thing about it, the way most, at least from what I've seen, most writers do at DC do when they put the politics in. They put the politics in for a character that would fundamentally disagree with their politics. Like there was a one Batman book where he's flying over Gotham, he sees looting, and then just goes the other way. And I'm like, have you read Batman?
That goes right with Fortress. That goes right to Fortress.
Oh yeah, you've got a Batman Fortress rant to go on about.
But it's just, I'm like, dude, you can have, but here's the thing: Batman is very
anti-crime.
Strict when it comes to crime. It doesn't matter if he goes, well, they have insurance. No, that's not what Batman would say. He would say, oh, they're rioting. They're going to get a punch in the face.
There's going to be
exactly.
I don't
and that was
miss
something
that.
I did on a rant I did a while ago when I went on saying, look, here's the difference between politics in the old comics and politics in comics now. A lot of the politics back in the old days, it was either the surrounding, the stuff around the character, or it matched the character's views, and the writers knew it. That's why more times than not, if they were on a character that they clearly wasn't, like Ann Nocente doing Daredevil, she would have him deal with stuff that matched her politics. And good Lord, did she do that a lot of times.
If you want a perfect example of politics done well, I always say Green Lantern, Green Arrow, hard traveling heroes. That's
But
when
even
it
that
done
was
well.
heavy-handed.
Even that was
Yeah,
a little
that was-
heavy-handed, but it was compared to what we have now.
But I'm
Yep,
saying, no, but nowadays,
Bell
you
is
have
evil.
writers. You have writers who they make it their mouthpiece, which is why I'd say, even with as bad as it was here in Nightwing 100, and yes, Nightwing, you can question Nightwing in some versions would pull a stunt like this. Some versions he would.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's completely out of character for him compared to other characters where it's so out of character. Like, again, some of those in here.
That was.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened at the end of issue 8? Explain it for us.
At the end of issue number 8, turns out we find out that Krypton had invaded planets. Nothing new. That's been established before.
Yeah, of course.
But apparently, though, this happened, instead of being in Krypton's ancient past, it was not long before Krypton blew up. And thus then it was then decided that because these aliens were going to attack, Superman went into hiding, hoping they would just avoid the planet Earth. Didn't work. So he shows up. They're basically saying, we're not going to stop. You cannot allow, and we're not going to stop. So he basically saying, what if I give up my powers? What if I give up my powers to do it? I'll talk it over, but that sounds suitable enough. So he appeases the alien by giving up his powers. Lex gets killed off by the alien, just crushed down into a little ball. And
Like
then,
Superman would trust the word of the aliens. I'm just going to tell you that right there.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it turns out he gave all his powers to Batman.
Well, and bear in
Okay.
mind, like, they have
So
the
it's speeding
big
bullets.
meeting with the alien race off screen. It's all off page.
Yep.
We're just
Oh
told
my
about it
gosh.
that this thing happened.
And here's what he says and what Batman says. Here's the whole speech. I'm happy for you, Clark. You don't have to feel like an outsider anymore. You can live out your life as one of us. No one on this planet has earned it more. I'm glad that you can finally lay down your burden. Maybe it's fitting that the one who inherits it now knows more about burden than anyone who embraces it.
Oh my
I don't
God.
intend to do things
Oh my
that
God.
you did. You were bound by an oath never to interfere with human history.
Oh
But I'm not. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh, it's so bad, though.
You
It
were
is.
right. This is an awesome responsibility, but that's where you and I never quite saw eye to eye. Unlike you, I believe it's an abdication of that responsibility to sit on the sidelines, to not use this power to actively try to make the world a better place. It's not enough merely to inspire people. You have to lead, and that's what I intend to do. You were a great Superman, Clark, but that's in the past. It's not time now for something new. Oh, time for me to step out of the shadows, out of the darkness, and light the way.
Do you know what that sounds like? Injustice Superman.
It basically just sounds like, move over, Clark, my turn. Even though Batman has shown when he has the power, it'll go to his head. I mean, that guy,
Oh my
remember?
God.
We
Yeah.
did Superbat.
Well, and not just that. He looks
Yeah.
like the speeding bullets Superman Batman
Yeah.
at the very end, like that last panel.
Yeah, he looks just like it, and it's like, but it's like, why Batman? It's like, it's not enough to inspire. Not sit on the sidelines. Except if they're looters. Then sit on the sideline. That's
Pins on the
perfectly fine.
sidelines. Yeah, exactly.
They're insured. They don't have to worry about it.
They're insured.
Exactly,
yeah.
and it's like it's time to leave. Oh, sure,
They're
we're going to
insured.
let the guy who never leaves the Justice League at all because because of the way his mind thinks, it's perfectly time now to lead the world to a better tomorrow.
Do you
Wow.
really think the Justice League would go along with that? Because
Oh yeah, he has the powers
he's
now. They're
got-
not going to. Hey, in this world, oh yes, Bat God. You know, he's now a god. He's literally a god now.
Oh my gosh.
Why did they give it to Batman? Because he's not Kryptonian. That's it. That's the only reason why
Oh
the
my
aliens
gosh.
agreed to it. Because he's
And-
not Kryptonian.
Wow.
This is the stupid. See, this is people want to say why Comicsgate exists. It's for books like this. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works.
Well, at least it's in its own
I am-
little world.
Well, I normally have a 3-book rule, right? Like I give a chance. You get 3 stories. You get 3 books to prove to me that this story is going to be good.
Yep.
I dropped that at 1. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. And then when, Gary Whitta was going on and saying, oh, all of these alt writers are basically criticizing my book when they would rather have Batman stop looters than
He didn't know about the
Batman would
kids.
do.
He didn't know about the bunch of
It is-
kids.
in this story, it literally disproved his argument. I'm like, nope, I'm done with this book.
Well,
I like
as soon
Eric
as I saw-
Robinson, but
The point where I jumped off is when Batman allowed someone to go on looting. I was like, I'm done. See you later, dude.
Yeah, I just went through it so I could have a reason to complain, and I'm like, this can't get any worse.
That's a good reason, Robert.
And it kept getting, and also for the artwork. It was
It's
also
okay.
for the artwork.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
artwork was the only
This was a
good thing
train wreck.
about it.
This was a train wreck in slow motion where like I had to watch this. I had to see
You have to watch-
Exactly.
You have to watch them die. It's like, oh
Yes.
gosh.
Exactly. But seriously, Lex getting just like, I'm like, and then also how they handled Aqualad. Good God, was that bad?
oh yeah, they made him a murderer.
Oh boy.
And they played up about him being gay more so.
Well, I don't care about that.
here's
They
my
made him a
problem.
murderer. They
Here's my
literally were
problem.
like, you can kill bullies. Cool.
Here's my problem. I think these people are vaguely racist because you notice it's like the black characters are normally the murderers in these people's stories.
Ooh, I never
Yeah.
even thought of it that way. That's
Look
fucked up.
Look at the way they portray these characters. They're either stereotypes like Tim Drake or to a certain degree John Kent, or they're stereotypes that these people claim to be against. That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are worse than you accuse Comicsgate of being. I'm just saying there.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. But yeah, making him a murderer for somebody like the people that they were portraying were like homophobes, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean you get to murder them like
It's
viciously
like-
through a water vent thing?
That's when I dropped Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America, where he has Cap in like a bar talking to, like hanging out. Then you have these people saying very obviously racist things. Okay, fine. Then Cap actually beats their asses, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Cap stand up against racism, but you're actually encouraging violence now.
Right.
That Cap would not do. I'm just telling you right there. Again,
Yeah.
that's an example of them. Hey, what's up, Jay Heat? And that's the occasion when the writer puts their own politics on a character that they would not themselves share the politics.
Exactly. And it's just like they kill off Cyborg in the second issue. And he doesn't amount to anything in the story, but he gets a statue at the end.
Of course.
Right.
I mean,
Makes
couldn't you
sense.
just prop
Absolutely.
his body up?
Probably because they realize, oh, geez, I killed off a prominent black character at the beginning. Oh, I better give everyone a statue. Oh, and get this. Otis is now the president of the United States. The country's going to go downhill. Lex just put him in there just to have someone, a lackey, as VP. But he's trustworthy enough to be the president. He won't be evil, but he'll be an idiot.
DC's doing just fine, everyone. Don't worry. DC's doing fine.
Well, again, thank God this is not canon. Thank God this was a Elseworld, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
At least we
the
didn't
good-
get 5G.
Yeah, did you
I
see those
question
plans?
them.
We talked about this on my stream. That would have killed DC.
Again, I question how many of those were actually true. I don't think Dan had that many years ahead. Maybe the first couple of years, but once they reached 3 or 4 years, I'm like, no, I don't buy these.
It wouldn't have lasted. That's the thing. It doesn't matter how long it was.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. No, that's why I don't buy. You might have had the vague ideas, but not that uber specific that Bleeding Cool was showing. It's like,
Some of those, I mean,
it's bleeding cool. So.
Some of them were terrifying. That's all I gotta say. Reading some of those, I'm like, they're so bad. I'm praying to God these are not real. These have to be jokes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's kind of funny? If let's say what Bleeding Cool said was true. Let's say that rare occurrence actually happens, but if you look at it, a lot of what we've been getting and complaining about DC is basically the remnants of 5G.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of what I mean, it's too bad. I would have liked to see at the bare minimum, Yara get a little bit more stories under her belt before they threw her away, which is kind of what they've done.
Yeah, they pretty much did. They just got rid of her.
And she was like the one character that everyone loved.
And they were like, fuck you guys. Nope.
They got Nubia. She's
Oh god, yeah, written by Vita Ayla.
That Nubia book.
Welcome
where
back, Bianca.
That Nubia book where everyone is worshiping at the Nubia altar. I'm like, where like Black Canary is like, oh my gosh, you're so awesome. And I'm like, the hell is this?
Yes, the validation special. Yeah.
well, I never feel like that. If there's only one thing I will give the Wonder Woman books is, and it's proving the one plus side of DC currently is, editorial is tight with continuity lately. Have you noticed that? When they're
that's
actually
actually
canon,
true.
when they're actually canon, like look at what happened. It took a little while, but we finally found out what bridge between War World Saga and Justice League 75. It was in that Super and Kal-El Returns one shot. I mean, things like that. And in Wonder Woman, they will reference, the different, you know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not reading Wonder Woman. I dropped it
Well,
a year ago at this point.
But
It's not because she's on my shelf.
they are connecting together. They will reference stuff that happens in one of the other books. So it is tight editorially. Writing wise, nuh-uh.
So editorial is finally doing their job, is what you're telling me right there.
Which is something that's one of the things we've been wanting.
Well, yes, but I would also like editorial to kick out the obvious. Like, I'm a female comic reader. I love my female character. Shut up, Bianca. I will hit you.
Oh,
Do it. I dare you. Let's meet in between our yards and we're going to rumble.
You're
Stop
shorter
it.
than me. I
We can
win.
live stream it.
Oh,
Live stream it for content.
I'd watch that.
I should want to read Wonder Woman. She's one of the best female characters. I don't want to go near it.
I have a whole shelf of Wonder Woman trades. She's like my second favorite superhero. And when I read what's coming out now, I'm like, okay, you guys obviously shouldn't have Wonder Woman. That was one of the things, because we did a stream, and Jay Heat knows this, about how we would improve DC. The chief thing, put a competent creative team on Wonder Woman, because Clue-Rad is not that.
No.
agreed.
I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a hot take, but I'd rather see Teenie Howard on it. I was waiting for the groaning, and there was no groaning.
No,
Yay.
I have some
You got
groaning.
silence.
I don't see it
I
being
don't
any
groan.
worse. So that's a positive.
Yeah, that's the thing. She can't do, but possibly do worse. That's what we said, and then we got Bendis on everything DC. So
Yeah.
be careful what you wish for.
I know his MP there was asking about Tim blame Bruce replacing him as Robin. I think that's one of the hazier continuity stuff still. I think that's definitely a hazy notion.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Because
I read
technically
those.
he did and Bruce did let Damian stay and dress up as Robin before Final Crisis. So one could say that would still count.
Yeah, they have no idea. Rucka was actually really
Robinson
good.
wasn't bad.
Yeah. Rocco was
His
great.
Rebirth run was the first time I actually regularly started reading Wonder Woman.
Yep, I like Rucka. I like a lot of Hikatea and the
That was
Lie
my
stuff.
first Wonder Woman pull list for the 2017 Rebirth.
I like a lot of his stuff.
Fun fact, I met David Finch, and I have an autographed Wonder Woman trade on my shelf.
Nice.
That's freaking
Who's
awesome.
Finch?
New 52, baby.
Ew, nobody cares. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
rereading the Lobes.
A dead guy knows what I'm talking about.
It's really
Wait,
good.
what'd you say, Drew? Go ahead.
I'm rereading the Bill Messner Loeb Wonder Woman stuff in the 90s with Mike Deodato. You want to talk about some good stuff? That's some really good stuff right there.
So, we got to talk about Comixology. Did you guys see
boy.
this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? I used to use before Amazon
I
got
don't know.
Comixology. I used Comixology
What
for
happened?
everything.
What happened?
Oh, you didn't hear about Comixology?
No.
No.
They laid off pretty much half the staff.
They're done.
They're done.
They're done.
It's
They don't
because-
exist anymore.
It's because what happened is that they were bought by Amazon, then Amazon took away the features that made Comixology so awesome, and then everything just went downhill from there.
Jeez.
Well, and it's a shame because, like I said, I used to use Comixology for literally everything. And I switched over to Google Books when they were going through that change where you couldn't even like read it or purchase it on your phone. And it was an absolute mess. But now it does seem like Comixology is going to be like completely gone.
Yeah.
It's, embraced into the Kindle.
Yeah.
Which the
Yeah.
question is, what does this mean for digital comics now?
Yeah. Like,
that
this
was-
is a
that
big
was the
market.
If you have a
thing.
Comixology and a Kindle, it just goes right in each other's thingies. So whatever was in Comixology that I bought is in my Kindle. And so now I got my Kindle. Maybe I can have a flash drive and just put everything on it.
You should.
This is going to be more
Get it
piracy.
off
It's
the
going to have
Kindle.
more people sailing the high seas
Yeah.
Well, I know what I mean. I never really used Comixology. I just used the Marvel and DC streaming app.
Me
But there's
too.
some things
Me
that-
too.
there's
That's
some
all I
things-
read. So
True, but for me, there are some like indie books, for example, that I would have to get through
Mhm.
that, and I had to put down money for both Kindle and Comixology, both.
No.
And Marvel and
Because they have some
DC,
books on
they
one
don't
than
have
the other.
everything.
They
Marvel and
don't.
DC, I've noticed they don't have old stuff. And when I'm trying to find older stuff to bring up and do on my channel, I unfortunately have to go to like archives and all these older places, which I don't want to do, but I
Right.
can't. I'm not going to sit here and read a paper comic book and try to do voices and sound effects. I can't do that. I need the digital copies. So I'm a little kind of ugh about it, but
That's why I just use read all for things I can't get, but that takes forever to get all the screenshots.
I think if a company was very wise and knew, or at least at the bare minimum knew what they were doing and how to organize and how to get like DC, Marvel, Image, all of these companies involved, could create a market or an app that would be something very similar. But at this point, unless you use like Google Books or
Tris, that would be asking them to work together.
exactly, I was about to say.
That's
That would
true.
be asking them
Look
to
this
work
way.
together, and
If-
because they have DC Universe and Marvel Unlimited, there's no point for DC and Marvel to want to do anything with Comixology.
Plus, here's the
Nope.
thing. Let me put it this way: if they were willing to work together, we would have gotten another crossover. So I'm just telling you,
Yeah, that's
they're not
true.
working
Yeah.
together anytime soon.
That's true. You know,
I'd
and
say especially now.
well, what did they? DC did that ultimate, like where you pay $100
I have
and yeah, and it's not a bad deal. But I'm the kind of person that wants the new books the week they come out.
No, not that, though, but they have it be you can only do it for the 1 year. You can't do a monthly version of it.
Yeah, you have to pay for the year, which is, I mean, it'd be fine. You don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year. So fucking what? But like, I don't want to have. What do they make you wait, Jared? How long before
I
you get
think
new
it's
books?
like 30 days.
Is it? That's
Yeah, a
not
month.
too bad. But you know, you have a channel. I have a channel. We do comic book reviews. People don't want to wait 30 days for a new comic review. Like,
Mhm.
there are reasons that Comixology was really good. And what happens to our old books? Are they just gone?
No, I think you still have access to them.
Okay. I wondered about that. I don't know. This could have really damning ramifications for the digital market unless
And-
somebody.
and
What's
that's
that?
right here?
Absolutely. Yes.
And this right here is why I read most of my comics as actual books instead of on digital. This right here.
You have to,
And
you
you
have to
know-
actually hold them.
You were just pointing a dead guy there, Jared.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was you. It was you, dead guy. That's why he's
physical
reading them.
media, baby. Physical
You
media.
have to
Yeah.
use your hands. What the?
Yeah, I know.
Now I got a topic I want to bring up after we're done with this one.
I
Is
need my eyes.
the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League's
Those
Battle
leaks.
Pass stuff.
Battle
Oh
Pass.
wait.
The leaks. and
Okay,
all that?
wait. But hold on for that.
Yeah,
Um,
obviously. I should have
I
typed it. Yeah.
no, you're fine. But I just see this being a bigger deal than what people are making it, because digital was always dumb to me. In a way. I know it was because of the shops. I know this, but it still never made sense to me why I had to pay the exact same price as I would for physical media. People today need to collect physical media. They're constantly going back. Look at movies. They're going back and editing. They're going back and unless you have that physical media, you don't know when it's going to be taken off of Netflix or HBO Max or this or that. Like at this point, I go back and forth. Like I should get start getting physicals again instead of digital, but
I mean, it's the same.
it was
way
so
with
much. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's the same way that Amazon has with their films, because they can suddenly decide to edit out films, edit out scenes, whatever, without your consent at all. That's why I have over 5,000 DVDs. That way I don't have to deal with that crap.
There's
So
a
it's the
reason
same-
why
Smart.
there's a reason why I got the physical DVD of the Snyder Cut. Because I don't trust Warner Brothers to not be vindictive and say, "No, we're gonna take that off."
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Like using this as an example because I got both Damned, the digital version to review, and then the physical copy. I would have never. Listen to me. This would have been really sad. I would have never got to see Battlewing if I didn't get the physical version.
Chris, you know, as I brought up that, and that was the first time you and I ever collaborated.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, you just like,
Oh,
You
Wang.
bonded over
you're
Battlewing.
right. Yeah, you're just like, Battlewing.
I mean, come on. Come on.
Oh, is this from that Black Label?
Yeah.
That was the very
That's
first
why
Black
Black
Label
Label
book.
For that,
imploded.
man. Even online didn't have it.
I did it on my channel.
Yeah, I got it too. Before I got first edition, so I have the Battlewing. I don't have the edited
Yeah, I don't
version.
have Battlewing.
That's gonna be
Sure.
when we're.
Okay with that.
You know, it's kind of funny.
You're
if you
gonna
get
send that
these-
to me. I'll give you my address real quick.
Nope, I'm not getting rid of it.
Listen.
I am not getting rid of it.
Tristan, it's gonna be like if we get these slabbed, it's gonna be on there with Battlewing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even as bad as people made it.
It wasn't, but
But I mean,
And I'm
The
still
big one's
getting
Battlewing.
one day I'm still getting that nipple shot of Sean Gordon Murphy has an original art from the French version that has a nipple Harley,
Ooh.
and you can't find it anywhere in America. Once
Well,
that
I-
goes up for sale, I'm
Interesting.
buying it.
Interesting.
if it's a Black Label, which I thought was marketed toward more mature readers, what difference does it make? Just release it.
Because
Hey,
nipples are evil.
Wait,
Hey,
you have Sean Gordon Murphy. Like, you've interviewed him. Contact him and say, hey, give me the
I told
French
him.
copy.
yeah, she did tell.
I did tell him. I said that's mine. Once it goes up for sale, I want to know. I need it.
You
I
do
need
realize,
Harley
though, that's
nipple.
gonna be out of your price range.
Shut up.
I will give Tristan half the money for it.
And if it ends up being
That's rough,
$1,000,
She will
I
get it
will-
on
I will
Monday
give
through
you
We'll
Friday.
do a Kickstarter. Indiegogo. Buy Tristan the
by
nipple.
the time she gets enough, though, someone will have
GoFundMe.
gotten it already.
True.
No way.
Nah, she'll
Sean's
probably
too
get a
nice.
discount, to be honest.
Sean's too nice.
Harley's nipple.
Hashtag,
You got a network.
hashtag restore the nipple cut.
That's
Yeah.
right. That is
That's
right.
the nipple
But yeah, so.
So what did you want to say about Suicide Squad? I don't know the leaks. Don't give any spoilers.
First of all, I don't buy any of those plot leaks. I don't
Really?
buy
What's-
any of them. No, I
What's the
don't.
season pass thing? Why are people
Battle
mad
Pass.
it's alive? What's wrong with that? I don't get the issue.
Given what happened with the Avengers game,
Yeah.
Oh, the Miss Marvel game, you mean?
What? Yeah,
the Ms. Marvel game. Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, that game
Oh.
completely damaged it but then again, now to be fair,
Yeah,
and Rocksteady is better at doing a story first, gameplay around the story.
What?
So
Okay,
I don't-
wait.
Whereas the Avengers, it was clearly, we already knew they were going to do games of service off the bat and just cater the story around games of service.
Now, a live service, isn't that what we had with Arkham Knight?
No,
Nope.
Wait, what? What's the difference then? Can
Okay.
someone
okay,
explain this to me in first grader terms?
okay.
Robert, explain.
I got this. First of all, do you remember with Gotham Knight, not Arkham Knight, Gotham Knights, how you had to go around? It was like an RPG mechanics, but you had to go around, beat up all these people, things like that. Imagine that was basically a single player version of what you'd have to deal with. Now imagine this, but with multiplayer thrown in, constantly having to earn upgrades, earn all this stuff so you can unlock missions, all of that. But then you could either do a pay to do it. In other words, Gotham Knights is a nerfed version of a live service.
But
it wasn't
Gotham
nerfed that
Knights was a complete game, just like Raymond said. It was a complete game.
If you want to see a good example of a game to service that went horribly, look at Halo Infinite, because
Yeah.
they launched that game and it was basically what it is that you had the battle pass, but they didn't give you a lot of content. That's the thing about the game is about the game's service. They work if the game is regularly supplied with regular content drops, substantial content drops like missions, characters, and missions, because the Avengers just gave characters. You have to be able to.
Oh, they gave
supply
missions
the
too.
content.
They gave missions too with those characters.
Not all of them.
True.
Not all of them.
True, you're right.
But
So
Black
is it
Panther-
pay to play?
It turns into that. It turns into
Mhm.
that.
After a certain while, you kind of just get stuck.
Multiverse
It's like
the
an
same
Android
thing?
game.
No,
No.
Multiverse is a free to play game where you can this type of stuff. It's like again, examples of Gotham Knight, though, like I said, is a nerfed play to live service game. They nerfed it right at the last second because, in other words, you don't need these battle passes to pay to get all the stuff. I mean, you do to an extent, but for the most part, you can unlock it, and it's not required too much to go forward.
Mm.
Plus, and the whole idea of having the multiplayer stuff, normally that would have been required, having these other people running around the city, and you would have to meet up with them to complete missions. In this case, they made it be it's not required, and it is feasible to beat it without other people.
I'm not sure I see the issue.
I actually had no judgment. I have a dating sim game. I remember when I had a few, and then the company decided to put everything together in one app. And then they made the announcement, do not worry, all of this will not be pay to play.
Sure.
That was a lie. Less than a year, all of them are now pay to play. And even if you transferred your data, which they said will keep everything you've bought beforehand safe, it did not work for a lot of people, and they lost a lot of their stuff. So they would have to repay every single chapter. And for some, even if you bought all of it after a few months, it would reset and you would have to buy every single chapter for that title over again.
That's stealing. I mean, that's
That
highway.
is stealing.
Highway
That
robbery.
is stealing.
No,
Hold
Oh
on.
my
They're not contactable anymore. Before they were really good at contacting,
I can see why they wouldn't be contactable after that.
Yeah.
And we stole your money. Don't email us.
Yep, but look, when it comes to this, I will say this. Like I said, with the leaks, the story leaks, I don't buy them. Especially the last bit of the leaks that were shown that not everyone seemed to show about what happened when Barry changed history. No, I really don't believe it. I really don't buy it.
I'm not sure I see the issue here. Maybe it's just me, but like maybe it's because I don't know. I haven't played Halo Infinite. I haven't played these games. But if it's just a complaint of you got to grind, like.
Well, let me put it this way. Here's the difference, because when you play Halo, let me use Halo as an example. When you play the previous games, which aren't live service games, and then you get to the service games, ultimately what it turns into, Tristan, is an excuse for the developers to do less work, because they ultimately launch the game in a crappy state with like bugs and stuff, and they say, "Don't worry, in our upcoming updates, we'll fix it." That's what these games always turn into, an excuse for half-ass work.
Yep.
Okay, does anybody remember when... Shush. Does anybody remember when you would get a video game and it was a disc and the game was complete and you didn't have to worry about day one patches?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that?
Or
the internet.
It was the stupidest thing, because when I first got the Xbox One, that was the first time I ever had to install a game before, like 3 hours before I could play it. Before it's just put the disc in, close the damn thing, you're good to go.
God, I feel like the old man that's yelling, "Get off my lawn!" But like,
by the way, Triff, you just pointed out one of Raymond's when we were talking about you yesterday about one of your quirks. You're to cut someone off like me. Usually
generally,
me.
yes, it is you. Not just saying.
She's the host. She's the host. The rules are playing the host.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance. It looks really, really good in Kevin Conroy's voice. Like, I just hope it's not like, what's the game probably gonna be $70? I probably have like give or take a few bucks. I would pay for extra characters or whatever. Like, that's just me. It's DC. I don't mind a little bit, but like, if it's one of those where you have to pay, that's kind of shady to me.
This is why I say this. If so long as they keep it to a multiplayer mode where it's the battle pass is needed and it doesn't affect the single player stuff, I will be fine. That's what people are worried about. They're worried if it's going to affect the single player like Avengers did, or if it's going to just be a multiplayer only, which that, again, I wouldn't have a problem with.
Because I don't play multiplayer, so it's like, I just play the story.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious. I am curious. It can't, like, I'm not saying...
Also,
with the details and everything they put into it, it's got to be at least as damn good as Gotham Knights. Like, it's got to be.
I mean, this is why I also say why I don't believe the plot leaks. It makes the Justice Leaguers punks. they go down like punks, and that's why I don't believe it.
Yeah,
It's like
the very beginning, it says as a joke, Aquaman gets killed. I'm like, okay.
that's why I don't believe it. That's why I don't believe it, because this doesn't match with the quality of writing they did in Arkham Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it clickbait,
Yeah.
basically?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy that. It's like, no, these guys respect it. Why would they do it unless they're going for this to be a balls out comedy?
Isn't it like one of those 4chan or Reddit things anyway?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Let me put it this way: the end, because I don't buy it. Can I tell you what was what pushed me over the edge? Why I don't buy it was they say at the end, Barry goes up, does a flashpoint moment, and then he retcons everything at post Arkham Asylum. Everything Arkham, and Joker gets cured. Talia contacts Batman and says, "Oh, I have a son named Damian." Things like that. It's like, wait, what? One, how does Barry going back somehow lead to Talia having Damian when that he would have to force events to happen like that? That doesn't match up with
Magic.
continuity whatsoever.
Ripples,
Yeah,
because
ripples
you saw
are
what
random
happened-
though.
You saw what happened in Flashpoint, because how would Barry going back in time and saving his mom affect like Superman?
Well, yeah, that was the
impact-
ripoff, but still, though, that still makes that's stupid for them to say. Oh,
wait. Does that mean that Talia and Batman are together? I'm in.
No.
No, they weren't.
It just
going for
happened,
that.
you know. They
Someone
got
said
Damian.
Super Sons. What's up, Tevia?
Somebody said Super Sons. There's Tevye. He heard it
That's
from like
That's
funny.
the joke, because on my
Beyond.
channel, whenever anyone says Super Sons, no less than like 10 to 15 minutes, Tevia shows up.
Does he have
That's right.
David, do you have a Super Son, Super Sense?
Yeah, probably.
Super radar.
That's what it is.
Tevye tingle.
Oh my god.
And we're just having a little fun, Davia. So.
Yeah, we love you, Tevia. It's all good. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
So
For any person not interested in Aquaman, I recommend Void Song, which is the
Oh, it's so
Aquaman
good.
Flash three-part
Mhm.
short story. Very good.
Yep. Void Song was
so
definitely
was
very good.
Andromeda.
Andromeda was good.
Andromeda was
Mhm.
also good.
I'm reading the new Aquaman. What is it
Wait,
called? Beginning?
Raymond,
The
you're
Aquaman
only
one?
wait a minute. I said, Raymond, you're only
Aquaman?
interested in Bruce
You.
Talia because of Talia's ass in Arkham City. Be honest.
Yeah. Plus, when you look at
What?
well, let me put it this way: Talia is the type of person who will stab Bruce in his sleep. I'm not going
This is
for
what I keep
that.
saying. Talia expects Bruce to change for her sentimentality. She is never going to change. So she's expecting Batman to become a killer. That's the only way those two will work. Is if the only way for it to work, and Bruce she'd have to stop being Talia and everything. There's no way. She's too
Yep.
Isn't that
far
the same
gone.
with Catwoman, though?
No, Catwoman
Plus,
has shown she can change. That she has proven time and again. Name me one Talia story where she has shown she can change.
and here's
Every
the thing,
single one of them, and you're wrong.
No, if
She
you
can
look
change
at
clothes.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's another way. Let me ask you this: was Bruce aware that when Damien was conceived?
No.
Exactly.
She raped him.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
He
either
did
raped
rape
him
him,
or
He
took
drugged
some of
him.
his samples and it was done through a test tube.
Did you just say took some of his samples? What you mean is she raped him, basically. Taking his
Vicariously.
samples is yeah.
How do you just take it?
Hey, did you take my samples without my consent? Without my
True,
consent?
that's
I'm gonna take
true.
this
I
from
do
you,
not
but it's gonna take
consent.
about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But I'm gonna take
Batman
this.
goes, "I do not consent" in the Batman voice.
That's
Do it,
true.
Robert.
Again, it all depends. Because apparently Grant Morrison did not know there was the book Son of the Demon that existed beforehand. He openly admitted that was one of his blind spots. that he
Wait,
didn't-
I
Grant
don't buy
Morrison didn't know? I don't believe
That was a
that.
blind spot. Apparently, the editors did not provide him that book for him to find out when he was working on it all. He came up with it thinking he was being original, and then later found out, oh, well, from what I understand now, that wasn't canon. So,
I mean, it's Grant Morrison. He's
I
pretty
knew
much
about it.
Grant Morrison, the dude.
In canon and Kingdom Come, I'll say in Kingdom Come it was canon.
yeah.
but I'm just saying that. But still, was Talia? In fact, Grant Morrison stuff proved Talia will eventually give up on Bruce. She will become even worse than her father.
Yeah.
She is never going to
Lies.
give up.
I do like
Yeah.
that.
Keep
though.
telling yourself that, Chris. Keep telling
I
yourself
love
that.
Talia is hot. Come on.
Okay,
I know.
just because she's hot,
She's hot doesn't
doesn't
mean she
mean
works
she's
with
right
Batman.
for Batman.
So is Catwoman. What are you talking about?
So
That's
is
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. What are you talking about over here?
Wonder Woman does not work with Batman. I'm not getting into that. Trust me.
Wonder Woman doesn't work with Superman.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that was
No.
One of
no.
these
Early
days,
New
Robert,
52.
you and me, one of these days.
Early New 52.
You have to
Oh
read the
my
early
God.
New 52.
All
I'm
day,
just,
every
that
day.
guy knows what's up.
I'm
That's all
telling
I
you,
know.
you guys
That's all
are
I know.
so wrong, and I can prove it. I mean, hey, look at what happened when Tris. Tell them what happened when you and I had our Thunderdome. I brought
He
receipts.
lost insanely bad.
No, I brought receipts. I
He
brought receipts.
was buried further than 6 feet under. I mean, it was pathetic how bad he was
Chris,
saying.
quick, quit
You're right.
lying.
You're right.
Quit
You are
lying.
absolutely right. I was wrong all along. That's what happened.
Plus, here's the thing: is that if we're looking at what James Gunn's doing with the movies, he's going for younger actors. He could be going for a legit new 52 universe.
I doubt it.
If he goes to that, you know what he's going for.
Apparently, he's also taking comic recommendations.
And hey,
Someone's
he's looking at
after you're reading
All-Star.
All-Star Superman,
Man,
why
yeah.
don't you try this one? He's like, yeah, sure, I'll check that out.
Of course,
He also loves
then he also
cartoon
said though
stuff,
that he's
so-
read it before. It's one of his favorites.
What, All-Star?
That's everyone's favorite Superman.
I
everyone,
never read
yeah.
All-Star.
Here's the thing. That actually brings up a good point. Jason Momoa just came out the other day saying he was all excited about what's going forward in the DCU. Do we actually believe the rumor? Like, is he going to be Lobo?
I hope
He'd
so.
make a better Lobo than
No, but here's
Aquaman.
the thing: he's not. I think he's going to do both because here's the thing: he was.
How can you do
he's one
both?
of- No, because here's
Well,
first
easy.
off,
One has normal skin, the other one has gray
Well,
skin.
one,
And-
he still has another movie under his contract still.
And here's the thing: it's not like Aquaman and Lobo interact all the time.
Yeah.
And second off, here's the key part that these people care about. Momoa was one of the only DC movies to make $1 billion. You're not going to screw with that formula if you want money.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the better thing.
Yes. Red
Funny
Hood and the
enough,
Outlaws.
I was looking
That
at
was
James
good,
Gunn's
right?
likes. He liked a comment saying, "Please have Nightwing and Red Hood," and I'm like, "Well, he liked it. He
I'm
is
just-
acknowledging that
But
tweet."
please do under
I
the
wanna
Red
see
Hood,
that.
please, for the love of God, do that
Yes.
storyline.
I mean, we'd get it all. If you did the Red Hood, we'd get, at least as far as fans on our side, we'd have so many characters we haven't seen on film. I mean, the Black Mask is one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be everybody.
I love him in
Batman.
Origins.
Important
Not my
thing.
favorite, but it's my
Origins.
favorite.
The important thing is that he has to establish the core Justice League people first to get people
Yeah,
on
yeah,
board with the
true,
rest of the
true.
universe, because that's where the early DCEU failed. Because so that they went away from that, they had Justice League, which was crap, and then they decided, okay, before we establish like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, let's go to like Birds of Prey, Peacemaker, and all that stuff. You don't go
Whoa,
to
don't
that.
mock Peacemaker. Do not mock Peacemaker.
No. I'm not mocking. I'm just saying it shouldn't have been authorized before you get like a Superman. Before you get the
I
core
get
Justice
that.
League members figured out.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, follow the
Because
Avengers formula
that's-
that way.
that's what
Everybody gets
Avengers
their
did.
Origin.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
Don't you
Shane,
mean
to
the
be
Suicide
fair,
Squad,
Chris
not
Evans.
Peacemaker?
Wait, to be fair, Shane, Chris Evans does not exactly work like that because he did it for Fox's Fantastic Four,
Right.
and then he did Captain America. He wasn't doing the same character in the same universe.
But the thing is that before, take the Guardians of the Galaxy. Before they did Guardians, they firmly established the Avengers and built up some trust with the fan base. So they're
Yep.
like, okay, I've never heard of these characters, but I know if it has that Marvel Studios logo, it's going to be super awesome.
Out of
Yep.
And
curiosity,
they ended up liking it better than the comic, from what I've heard.
The comics were bad. I didn't enjoy the
Whoa!
Guardians comics. I'm
Dan
sorry.
Abnett and Andy Landing's run is phenomenal, and that's one of the biggest influences for Gunn's work.
I have that trade.
Gunn made them cool though.
everyone,
Braggart.
I want to ask that guy
Braggart.
something.
Go ahead.
What did you think of you said you like Black Mask. What did you think of it in the Harley Quinn movie?
Oh, the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I've actually avoided that
Smart?
because people. I mean, I'm a simp for Mary Elizabeth Winstead too. But for me, that's just you ruined Huntress is one of my favorite characters, and I think they ruined her. And just a lot
Cassandra
of people,
Cain.
a lot of people told me to stay away from it. But I did hear that at least Ewan McGregor did a good job. So
Yes.
it's worth watching then, like just to watch him.
Him and Margot Robbie are the saving graces of that.
Well,
Yeah.
Is
I
it
mean,
worth
It's
a watch? at
fun-ish.
As soon as you meet Cassandra Cain, you're gonna be like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out.
least? Okay.
Oh, no.
Funny enough,
It's
the panel I
Cassandra
was
Cain.
in, one of the panelists had a group chat of his own and of comic readers, and he's like, "What's with the Cassandra Cain thing? Like, people I know don't even like her, so they didn't even care." And I'm like, "Oh, you don't care about Cassandra Cain? I don't even read her comic, and I care about Cassandra Cain.
Then why are you
How
in
do you
charge
not
of a movie in
care?"
DC?
Apparently they didn't like her as Batgirl, and I'm like, well, she's not Batgirl in this, and she has her own character. She has
She could be her own
disabilities.
character. She could have been,
you know?
she could have been orphan. She could have been one of those things. But she's an in name only. This is one of the most gross examples of an in name only character.
Yes, it's because when you know what the
Okay.
character is in the comics, because I was watching this, because I like the Birds of Prey. And well, first off, here's the thing: you can't have the Birds of Prey without Batgirl, so you're kind of missing a key version of the character.
Right.
But I mean, let me put it this way: Black Canary, I thought was pretty good. Huntress, I thought was pretty good. Harley Quinn, of course, is awesome. But that cassette, and yes, Black Mask was great. Even Jazz.
And don't get me started on
Okay.
Renee. Renee's like, what?
Renee Montoya and Cassandra Cain make that movie irredeemable.
Okay, the actress herself was not bad.
No,
she
it's
actually
just-
did a
Why
decent
did they make
job.
Renee so
characterization.
old?
And I was
Yeah,
like,
but it was
as soon
so having been that she's surrounded by like, oh, you're a woman and you're gay. They both
yes.
just,
I'm like, oh my gosh.
like,
I'm
no.
like,
First of all, she's respected. Renee's always.
I know.
There's never been a version where Renee was not respected.
It's just it's just so stupid because I'm like, if you want to know the state of that movie, in the big fight scene at the end of the movie, the Birds of Prey are fighting, and then Cassandra Cain is hiding in like a corner. I'm like,
I know my way of how I would fix it if I was to handle the follow up.
Salute.
What?
Here's what I would do. I would reveal everything Cassandra knew was a lie. That she had mental blocks in her, and as time goes on, she starts to speak less and less, and she starts to pull out movies that she doesn't know what how she's able to do it. And then we later find out she was hidden away from her parents, her real parents.
Yeah.
Given who both of them are, there would be a reason to hide. And so all that we saw in the first movie was a false persona implanted in her by, I don't know, Amanda Waller or someone trying to hide her so she could eventually use her as a weapon.
And they can use that as a good way to dig on the movie. Oh, that version was not really me.
I mean, I could see the actress, because the actress I think could have had potential as Cassandra if they actually tried.
If they actually tried, that's the key thing. They have to actually try.
Right, but I mean, I'm not about the actor. I'm talking about the writing. But I'm saying the actress herself could have. But how does that sound for an idea? You can try and find a way to fix it all by saying, oh, she had mental blocks and altered her personality, which has been established as possible in the DCU.
Or just make it where she was trying to hide. She didn't want to attract too much attention. That's why she didn't use any of her martial arts skills. She was afraid of her parents.
Not explain why she talks so much, though. That's the other thing.
That's true. That's the other thing.
That's what I'm trying to say is, yeah.
I don't know. I just was like, what?
You threw me off once you did that. I'm like, wait, what?
So basically, should I watch it or not? That's the question.
Honestly, it's fun.
It's no better than Thor: Dark World for me.
It's not bad.
I didn't mind that. I didn't.
No, you know what's
okay.
bad? I'm gonna do a hot take. You know what's better than Birds of Prey? Are you ready? Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
That was better.
Oh, by the way,
all over the place.
since we're here, Bianca, why don't you tell people how awesome Marvel Comics Zeus really is after what we went over in our Incredible Hulk stuff?
Cool.
How awesome is he?
That was pretty cool.
Bianca? And she's muted.
Bianca's muted.
I'm not even sure.
But yeah,
She's
if you guys saw
talking
my
right
recent Pro Teacher Noob that went over with Bianca, she and Zeus is awesome. He kicks the Hulk's ass royally. And to the point where he punches him so hard, the Hulk vomits.
Oh, boy. Oh,
yeah, this
That's
is
awful.
not...
Logan?
Well,
Did he
no.
vomit Logan?
No. Hulk came up to him demanding he help them out. That, you do something that I ask of you. And Zeus is like, yeah, no. Beats the shit out of him.
Gamma vomit.
You know what else looks really awesome? Did you guys happen to see that? The Doom that came to Gotham
Oh,
I'm shocked.
I
That was
cannot
really
wait
good.
for that.
We just saw it.
I'm kind of.
What did you say, Drew? What'd you think
Oh,
about it?
I was shocked. Oh, crack spackle. Someone needs some crack spackle back there. It looks really good.
crack.
I was shocked by how good the animation looks.
Yeah.
And
I was shocked at how good, even like, there's been a couple of the animated stuff that I haven't thought were great. There's been like a few that have just been okay. Super Sons was really good. Catwoman Hunted was really good. Honestly, this one looks better, isn't it? Mike
Mignola plotted
Mignola.
it. They plotted
Mike
it with
Mignola's
Richard Pace,
Hellboy.
and
Yeah.
but Mike only wrote it. He did not draw it. That was Troy Nixie who did the artwork here.
Well, that's
Oh yeah, I'm on
good.
top
'cause
now. Woo!
Yeah, the
Mike
animation. looks so
Mignola's
gorgeous.
storytelling's great. I wasn't really a huge fan of his art. It got the job done. He's like Frank Miller. You
Yeah.
get it. But
Yeah,
it,
he
was-
and
it
Richard
had a
Pace
unique
both
style.
did it, and I even had Pace to sign it. Which, boy, I'm pretty sure. I'm surprised CG hasn't blown their top.
I
given
was
all
gonna
the-
say, isn't he super late on like some Kickstarter, Richard Pace?
Not sure on that one, but I was going off about. I'm surprised CG hasn't blown their top, given how they've always butted heads with Pace.
Well, I think this looks like probably since I don't know.
Gotham by
years.
Gaslight.
Yeah, Gotham by Gaslight.
was great.
But this looks the best that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how good this actually it looks clean. The story looks engaging.
And the idea,
Everything about this looks great.
and the idea of all Batman's villains being more through a Cthulian, mindset.
Really?
Mhm.
That's an
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, this is
concept.
basically Batman
That
versus
is
Cthulhu.
beautiful. That's okay. Cool. I didn't know that. That is beautiful.
I'm
That's
watching
taking
this.
two of my favorite worlds and mixing them together. Oh wow.
That's
Yep.
what you need to do, Robert. When stuff you do your pro teaches noobs, but when storylines come out like that, people start to look back into the comics. That's a
Oh
perfect
yeah,
pro teaches
I got
noob.
you. Hey Tris, you want to?
Mhm.
You and I want to do? You want to go over this with
Yep,
me?
let's do it.
All right, when next week?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, I will agree
I
with
like
Raymond on that
the
though.
voice.
The voice is all right, but it sounds a little too gravelly.
Who is it?
let
Does anybody
me look.
know?
Let me look. Let me
It was
look.
never
I-
somebody. It's not something I heard before. I'm like, I don't recognize
Okay.
you.
So it's
Yeah.
not the guy who's been doing
the
the.
Gaslight. If you don't know if you guys watched that one,
Yeah, I did.
Which
Gotham by
one?
Gaslight.
yeah, that was actually really good too.
Really?
Really good.
There's the one downside I had with it though. They changed it, a lot of it.
I mean,
That's
You
okay.
got, you got
I
an
mean,
hour and a half.
Ivy,
to
was
fit
it
in.
cool?
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have David Giuntoli as from
Well,
A Million Little Things as the actor.
I will
I
say,
believe
you know
it.
who's actually a really good Batman voice is Jansen Ackles. I think he does a great
Yeah.
job.
yes,
yeah, yep.
yes.
But okay,
yeah.
so he's been involved in stuff like this guy has been in Grimm, the show, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
Never heard of any
What?
of this stuff.
What?
Wait a second. Wait a
Never
second.
heard of any of this
Wait
stuff.
a minute. Was he grumpy?
What?
In Grimm?
In
Was he
Grimm? No,
grumpy?
no, he's the detective in Grimm.
Okay,
He was
okay.
in
now I
13
know.
Hours? Which one? Who was he in 13 Hours?
13 Hours, he was. Hold on, I'm looking.
I've literally never
Oh,
heard of these things.
He was the DSS agent Scott Wickland.
Oh, that guy.
Tristan, if you've never seen it, really, it is arguably Michael Bay's best film he's ever done.
You have
And
to watch that movie. It's so
Yes.
good.
Oh,
the
he was
Batman
Batman in Soul of the Dragon.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't watch
okay.
that on purpose. It looked like crap.
Oh.
Better.
It was okay.
Tristan boot Bianca for that one. Booter.
Okay. I
No,
haven't
I'm
seen
like,
a
what is
DC
this
animated
crap?
film
I'm
I
not
didn't
watching
enjoy.
it. I can't. Too cringe.
You tell me you wait.
Jeremy. If I remember, Jeremy Adams wrote that one.
Wait,
Okay.
a dead guy. A dead guy.
Adam. Oh.
Are you telling me you enjoyed the Hush movie?
Oh no. Okay, yeah, no.
No,
Thank
I
you.
liked it.
That one or the Long Halloween, I didn't really appreciate because you're cramming too much into. A
Well,
short
Long
film,
Halloween
and
at least
it's a
was
huge
2
story.
movies.
I know, but it's still.
But
you're
it still
cramming
wasn't
a
that great.
lot
Oh,
of
Hush,
you
they
gotta-
legit changed it so Thomas Elliott is not Hush, and I'm like,
Well,
Yeah,
The
that
hell?
bothered me.
well,
I thought I knew
to
the
be
end, and then I
fair,
was like,
though,
what?
to be fair, and going with at least they kept it with a character who was actually in the story.
Yeah, and I actually didn't mind it because that was kind of what I was saying in the beginning about The
Oh,
Last of Us.
yeah,
If I know something that like a lot of these storylines are some of our favorites, so we've read them multiple times. If we know them, I've played The Last of Us 1 probably. Oh God, I don't even want to admit it. But the problem is I know that storyline inside and out, beat for beat, what's going to happen. So when they do change it up a little bit, I'm okay with that.
It's
because
a surprise, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But
And Hush, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck
But
just
the
happened? I was
Riddler?
kind of like,
my problem with Hush is that you were telling me the Lazarus Pit told Enigma
No,
who
oh, no,
Batman was.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a second.
Wait. That's not exactly what happened. That's not what Riddler said. It
What did
said
he say?
the Lazarus Pit gives you amount of clarity, meaning that by being in the Lazarus Pit, he's already had a lot of information in his head, but it gave him the clarity to realize, put his ego aside and realize Bruce Wayne is Batman. That's what he had said. It gave him the clarity to do it.
Really weak, though.
The Riddler.
But it has done
I was
that.
a little
Riddler.
disappointing. I was a little disappointed.
With a,
yeah, I get it.
With a riddle sign like shaved into his head. I'm like, the hell? This is
That
so
was
Okay,
weird.
that was stupid. That was stupid.
What did you
But-
guys think of? Did anybody watch Catwoman Hunted?
I did.
Yes.
That
It
was
was
really
fine.
good.
I
It was
liked it.
so good.
That's
Now,
Cheetah. Anything with Cheetah in it, I'm watching it.
Okay, here's a
period.
question for you.
Lights
What
out,
other
door locked.
Elseworlds would you want to see them ever adapt? For me,
Oh
I
my
want the
God.
vampire. I
Speeding
want the
bullets.
vampire.
What did I
trophy.
miss?
What did you say, Drew? Which one was your answer?
Speeding bullets with the when Clark is found by the Waynes.
The Cal. No, Cal. He wasn't Clark.
Yeah,
He was
that's right,
Bruce.
Cal. Yeah, Cal. Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. Okay.
But
When in Rome.
I got one.
Oh,
Any
nice.
of the Tales of the Dark Multiverse.
Oh, good.
You
know
one of
how cool
those?
that
Come
would be to
on.
make. That
That'd
would
be
be
a
great to do like a
anthology
anthology of it.
Yeah.
or a
That's
series.
cool.
Or can we do an actual good Injustice animated movie, please?
Right.
Not
Okay,
after
I
that
forgot.
one.
I
After
forgot.
that one, they're not
Like,
Injustice
no.
was weak. I
You
forgot about that
wasted
one.
it. You wasted the great. Because why was they tried to cram years 1 through 5 in one book?
And it was
they
mostly
cr-
year one. It was mostly year one.
Yeah, but it's like okay, so they bring in like the Justice League from another Earth. That's that.
They didn't do that. No, they didn't do that there.
No, they did. Well, they
Yeah,
did
they
in the
did.
movie. That's what I'm
Oh, no,
saying.
you're right. No, you're right. But then they brought Lois. It was more of Lois they focused
Yeah,
on.
but
It's
still,
gonna
the
be
idea of
weird,
bringing the.
But I think
like,
they should have Snydered it. 4 parts. Come on.
at least do 5
Snyder it?
parts. At least do 5
5
parts.
parts. Come on.
Hey, Tavia, no, they're not. I don't think they're
I
ever
think
going
she's
to
running
adapt.
They're
out
not
of
going to
Rebirth
do
stories.
super. I know exactly why Tevye
Yeah.
asked them to adapt Rebirth. I
Wonder
know-
why.
Yeah. Well, to be clear, Super Sons was pretty good.
It was.
Oh, yes, and he
It's like
was.
doing that
Very
now.
good.
Adams
8 out of
wants to do
10
a
for me.
sequel. I agree, but whatever they did, the Batman in Darkest Night,
Yes, the Green
where he
Lantern
became a Green
Batman.
Lantern.
Well, how about this?
You
Here's-
mean the one where Batman and Wonder Woman kissed? Oh yeah,
I
totally.
didn't say that. That's not what I
That-
said.
They didn't kiss in that.
No,
I don't know. Was it Blackest
You know what I
Night?
want to have adapted? You want to have adapted is a montage of all the scenes where Batman has said that him and Wonder Woman won't work. That's what I want to see.
Oh, wait. Just
It was
imagine.
because
Yes.
they
Yes.
were like,
Yes.
oh no, fans don't want it. Turns out it made more money than Superman Wonder Woman ever did, which makes it popular.
Well, then Batman. Remember,
They
Batman
were
said,
forced to do that
well, remember, Batman said that this is never gonna happen. So I'm like,
because
okay,
they were
good.
told by
Oh,
editorial.
well, it
Yeah,
can't
because
get better.
editorial knows it doesn't work.
Golden
Yeah, they
Age.
did.
Golden Age.
Oh yeah,
Or
absolutely. I would love to see that.
Birth of the Demon.
Ooh.
Mm.
Everyone's like, "What's the what? We
I
need
don't know
more
what Birth
Talia
of
in
the
our
Demon
life."
is.
Yeah, that was originally supposed to be canon, and then once they editorial change, it was decided, nope, not canon.
I'm pretty sure everybody wants Kingdom Come.
Yes.
Yeah, but good God, trying to get someone to do a good animation style based off of Alex Ross, that would be impossible.
How
They'll
about
probably mess it up.
How about this? This is a recent one. Flashpoint Beyond.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like
Alright.
the
Drew!
follow-up. We've already got Paradox. Do another one.
Yeah. Drew,
For
what
live
did you actually think? Because I
Animated.
do watch your Skippets and Maz and all that stuff. How did you not like the ending of Flashpoint Beyond?
Yeah.
Wait, Flashpoint.
Putting you on the spot.
No, you're. If you had asked me this about because it came out like a month ago, 2 months ago,
A few months ago. No, more than that.
Oh my god! I have to go back and
Because of the
remember why I didn't really care for it.
Okay, that was the one where basically Thomas and Martha, they both they kill off Glenda Dent or whatever her name was as the new Two-Face, And then they decided instead of leaving, which was going to cause whatever disaster Rip Hunter was telling Bruce, they decided to stay.
And raise the kid as
the
kind
kid.
of the Robin. And then at the end, they had the kids that go into the Stargirl story that we're missing. And then the new, what's her name? Cleopatra? No, Nostalgia.
And then I love Martha Wayne as Thomas and the kid are leaving the Batcave. Go murder some Kryptonians.
Go murder some Kryptonians. Joey, that's
No,
That
the
also
best
had-
part was her saying, "Don't forget to tie your shoe." That was so adorable. Okay, adorable in a simple way.
What the heck?
That book also
What
had
is this?
that book also had one of the best Superman moments because when he's like, "Why are you going?" Because Thomas Wayne asked Superman, "Why are you going against your own people who are going to invade Earth?" He goes, "Because the people of this Earth are worth fighting for. I've seen that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yep, that's Superman right there."
Well, in case in point, you just hit the nail on the head. I just remembered the one reason why I couldn't give it a recommend was because they built that up. It's like I was looking forward to seeing that invasion. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh yeah, I get it.
I can explain that why. There was a reason why. The whole point of everything, the invasion, all the stuff, was to make it clear to Thomas that this world was worse off than it was before it was reborn. Making it all the more tempting for him to just get the hell out of Dodge, which would have led to the disaster Rip Hunter said was going to happen. That was the entire point of it.
It would have been cool to see, though.
Oh, yeah, it would have. But then the whole point at the end was to have Bruce, Thomas decide, I'm going to stick around and fight them. And it's showing that it was the right call. They're actually making changes.
Although
And I
do
think
love,
Tavia, yeah.
Yes.
And I love in that book in Flashpoint Beyond where they basically where in the first issue Jeff Johns is making fun of DC editorial like everything matters. No, nothing matters. And I'm like, I love you, Johns. I love you, Johns. That's so great. But yes, I do want.
Or we know that it could have been Jeremy Adams or Tim Sheridan saying that.
Or forget animated. I wanted to cease live action. Can we get that as an Elseworlds movie, please? R-rated.
Deceased
It has
is
to be
so
R-rated.
good. It's amazing too.
Vampires would be great too.
Yes.
And it's my thing. If I could control DC, I would tell Tom Taylor, "You're off the main continuity books. You are in charge of the Elseworlds because that's where you shine."
And that's what I was just gonna say. We started off this by talking about how it wasn't a bad Nightwing 100 wasn't bad. I'm not saying that, but it was disappointing. Is the word I want to use.
Oh,
As compared to
Also
Two other
good.
disappointments. With it were one, you don't see him fight Heartless at all. Period. And two, what happened with Killmonger. It's the fact that could have been a great redeeming moment for
wait,
Nightwing.
Killmonger.
No, I'm sorry. What's his name? Not Killmonger.
Marvel DC crossover.
KGBs.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
I was very confused.
Hey,
Who
there's a
cares
third
about the
reason.
heroes crossover? Let's have the villains.
There's a third reason. He didn't propose to Babs.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah, there you go.
question?
Yeah.
What was this question that he's supposed to have asked her that was in the solicitation for the next issue?
I'm pretty sure. So I said this before, and I said it like maybe 2 months ago that he was going to propose in this issue. I don't know if something changed, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to fucking happen. I could be wrong. I could have bad sources, but my God, you know what? These sources also told me that that Stephanie Phillips was moving to Action Comics, and I knew that was a lie because I also I knew that was a lie because I just asked, but I don't know that. I'm pretty sure my sources are full of shit.
Oh,
And by the
To be
way,
honest with you.
Tavia brings up a good one. Dark Knights of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
and
said
still
Dark Knight-
I'm still proud. I half called it with who was that was the shapeshifters. I didn't expect it to be white Martians.
As soon as I read issue 9, I'm like, now I understand because that was my problem with the book. I'm like, okay, so do they?
I
Really?
I told you my prediction. I thought it was going to be Martian Manhunter, the Green Man, but I ended up being at least half right.
Yeah,
Gotta
because
get
I was
the
like,
paperback.
okay, so you have like Supergirl dropping Black Lightning's son, and all of a sudden she has no memory of it, and then this happens, and I'm like, okay, now they explain it well.
Ooh, Joseph has a good question. There is a first for everything for Joseph. That, to be fair, this is a first for him. DC and Marvel each get to borrow one villain to go against their retrospective heroes. Who borrows who and for which hero?
Darkseid versus Marvel.
I was going to say though, DC gets Galactus.
Ooh.
Okay, so-
Okay, fair
Galactus
trade.
versus
Fair
the
trade.
Galactus versus the Anti-Monitor, and all the heroes are stuck in between.
Oh.
Doctor Doom versus the Justice League. I think.
But I'm telling you, if Darkseid faces the Avengers, they're dead. They're dead.
Yes,
I gotta say
Omega beams.
that's gonna be a time for
Okay.
a reboot.
Here's one thing though. I would love to see a proper Darkseid versus Thanos fight, where Thanos though is aware of Darkseid ahead of time, because Thanos is shown he's kind of like Batman. You give him prep time, he could take them now.
Here's the problem though. Have you ever? They've never heard of true form Darkseid.
Well, I know. I'm aware of.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, even if, like, let's say Thanos manages to kill the body of Darkseid, he's still dead immediately, because you literally cannot kill Darkseid.
Well,
Wait. Why not go simple? Go super simple. Catwoman versus Black Cat.
Oh,
Now that's a cat fight.
Yeah.
fight.
That would be. I mean, I like Black Cat a lot. Like, I don't even like Spider-Man that much. He's a punk.
Oh, come on. What the heck?
I'm out.
Have therapy for this, Tristan.
Add this to the
Counseling.
many things I disagree with you, Tristan.
How about Venom versus Batman?
Ooh, I would love to see a Venomized Batman.
Justice
Oh,
League
yes.
Dark
Yeah.
versus Dormammu.
Dormammu,
And
yes.
they all have come
But
to
have you
bargain.
come to bargain?
Everyone community makes a good point. Darkseid would have to deal with Squirrel Girl. I'm pretty sure Squirrel Girl could deal with Darkseid.
No, she can't. Sorry.
She can.
The whole unbeatable thing, I'm like, well, that's BS.
No,
Hey,
that's the joke. That's
See, the Omega
she stopped
beams don't just
Thanos.
kill
She
you.
stopped freaking Thanos.
The Omega
But
beams
Omega
don't
beams
just kill
don't
you.
kill you. They
Galactus.
erase your existence. Like when
Yeah.
Omega beam, they erase that you ever existed. So that is
Or
not quite the
the-
same.
He'll just send her back in time, like he did with Batman and Final.
She breaks the fourth wall. She's a Deadpool. She can handle it.
Deadpool versus
She's a
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Ooh.
I mean, how would he kill him?
Cut
He'd
off
just
his
chop him
head
into
and
bits.
just have it as a trophy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
But
in
I
his
mean,
head, but then
eventually
from
his
his
head
neck,
would
he will
grow.
regenerate. He will eventually regenerate from his neck.
Actually, that's not true because think about it.
No.
His body would regenerate a head, which would make due to 2 Deadpools. That
Oh
physically
God,
can't
he'd
make
be like,
sense.
no, there's 2 of you.
Oh, I remember there was the
He
old
could clone
Lobo,
himself.
the old Lobo Flash cartoons that they had. Very violent. There was at one point where they actually had to be Lobo had his head chopped off, and his head kept talking for a moment till it died. Then he reached into his stump, his body, then pulled out a new head, which
Was it-
showed that the other head dies when the new head is about to pop up.
Wasn't it in Death Metal where
Metal?
like Lobo has like a drop of blood and it spawns like 8,000 Lobos?
Not in Death Metal, but it was definitely in
No, it wasn't Death Metal.
remember the Batman who frags?
Oh yeah.
They just had way too much fun with those.
You know what's great though? Did you guys? I don't know. This was a couple weeks ago. I'm sure Drew read it, but did you guys read Harley Quinn 25 with the Harley who laughs?
Nobody reads Harley
Oh,
Quinn.
Lord.
I'm just
Gosh.
kidding.
Can we stop with the blank who laughs? Because no, do you know what
It's
this is?
hilarious. Fake
DC
fan alert.
DC overused the Batman who laughs. They know this, and they killed him, so they can't use him anymore. So they're like, okay, so which characters can we turn into as something who laughs?
Well, then they brought
That's
Batwoman
turning
who
every
laughs.
character into Venom when they had that Venom event.
Here's a crossover we need: Carnage and the Joker.
Oh no!
Oh
That's
my
already been
God,
done.
that could.
That's already been done, and they would never work together. Why? Joker sees himself
Not
as a high-class artiste who
Never
actually
mind.
has a point behind his plans. Carnage is just kill, no matter what. Joker even finds like, no, I am Humphrey Bogart. You are David Hasselhoff. Joker and Carnage gets nuts. You know what? No, you're a step beneath David Hasselhoff.
The ambush bug who laughs.
But yeah, I'm not kidding. though.
The Super Sons
get
who
it.
laugh.
Oh no,
The
you're
Robin,
gonna.
Robin King and the Superboy who laughs.
The Superboy who laughs. Jeez.
The thing is even in the
Superman.
Harley book, it was so like I think I believe it's Stephanie's last issue. I want to say 25. It was. I actually really enjoyed it for the first time. Like her 25 was so good. I love like they brought in old lady Harley and they brought in the Harley Who Laughs. So they had to take them on together. It was like all different multiversal stuff. Drew, did you read it?
I think I unfortunately may have passed it off to Kyle that
Yeah,
week.
fair.
Yeah. But,
Wow.
The Joker who doesn't
Slacker.
laugh.
Or-
The
I got
Joker
another
who
one.
cries.
I got a crossover that would destroy the Marvel universe. If the Hulk got a Red Lantern ring,
Oh,
That would be kind of
that
fucking
ends
awesome.
the Marvel
though.
universe right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. They
I'm
need to bring
speechless.
Robin
That was
King
good.
back. You know what? They've created so many characters in the last 3 years that have just been thrown to the side.
Well, that's what DC always does, and that's why I always tell people. And they say that comic characters are never diverse. I'm like, no, it's just that the companies just throw them to the side when they're invented.
yep.
Question.
Reese.
Hulk would get the Red Lantern ring. Would Bruce get the Yellow Lantern ring?
Oh, he did, but actually he has before. But because Hal put a Green Lantern ring on him at one point, he was forever tainted to the yellow ring. Could never use
Yeah,
it.
the Yellow Ring would
I remember
not,
Yellow
go
Ring
on them.
Batman.
But yeah, but here's the thing though. In
I
this
remember that.
book here, Superman, Batman, their first crossover. Spider-Man, Batman.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's say-
Yeah,
Superman and Batman crossover all
right
the
after
time.
right after Joker and Carnage teamed up, the very next time we see them, Carnage and Joker's coming up with a big plan. Carnage already cuts him off, saying, "Stupid plan, stupid man." So you spread your little plague, and then the people of Gotham start to go insane and eventually die slow and horrible deaths. What a monumental waste of time! The fun of killing you, moron, is in the immediacy, in hearing them plead for mercy as you stand over their bloody bodies, peeling off their skin. Blech! How utterly distasteful! And gross, too. I thought you had the stomach for death, Joker. Guess I was wrong. It's not quite a question of stomach, my friend. It's a question of style. Any idiot, nothing personal, of course, could go out and slaughter a few thousand people. But where's the laughter and tears, the handstands and histrionics? In short, my dense and sanguine pal, where's the theater? I always thought of myself as the Orson Welles of crime and chaos, while you, apparently, aspired nothing to be more than David Hasselhoff. Alas, dear Carnage, I thought we had the making of a classic team, but hard as it is to believe, I was wrong.
Though the New Gods would destroy the Eternals. I got news for you. The Eternals
That's
are
right.
compared to the New Gods. I'm sorry.
That would be awesome, though.
I'm sorry, I had to read all that, but you see what I mean?
No,
That shows
yeah.
why this wouldn't work at all, because I mean, that was something James DeMatteis was assigned this pairing, and he was like, well, it wouldn't work. Wait, that makes a good point. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was a pot shot at the editors who said, oh, these two would work together. And DeMatteis said, I'm going to show you why that's a bad idea.
By the way, I got another one. Can you imagine Thanos, but he has all of the rings?
Ooh. Bro. Ra's al Ghul and Kingpin, which has happened twice in the crossovers, and both times were very good.
Yeah, I could see that. Ra's al Ghul and Doctor Doom.
Ooh.
Doom's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
Marvel villains.
Can't they just use him? They should have used him as the big bad for the MCU. That would have worked really well.
But
You know
I said
what?
before-
I
sorry.
agree.
Oh, no. We were talking about crossovers, and this is kind of similar, but James Gunn said he's going to bring people over, right?
Yeah.
He talked about bringing people over, and one of the big ones was people were talking about was Chris Pratt, who played
Booster Gold.
Yep.
Booster. I was just going to ask, who do you think?
Booster Gold.
Oh, that's
Booster,
that's
hands
that's
down.
good.
It's gotta be Booster Gold.
That
That's
would be
good.
perfect.
Okay, Joseph, Denny O'Neil, God rest his soul, said it's both Ra's and Roz.
It's
Both
Roz.
are very
They
equally.
use it
Raj.
both times, oftentimes in the same damn movie.
I
So I'm like,
know.
you know what? I'll just put it on
Exactly.
the
And
box.
in the animated series too.
So I'm saying
Mhm.
Denny O'Neil said both are pliable. Then so yes, I'm going to say both.
Thank you, Seven.
What do you think, Drew? Who should Chris Pratt play? I said Pratt. I tried.
You know, I honestly think he would be a good Booster Gold. I could really see it, and that's one I look forward to. I hope that does happen.
Now,
And-
who would be Blue Beetle?
I don't know, but I want Bane to be Batista.
Nathan Fillion as Blue
Dave
Beetle.
Batista as Bane would be great.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'd be great.
wait,
Perfect.
wait. Why not Fillion as Booster
I
and
think he's
Pratt
too
as
big.
Beetle?
I think Nathan Fillion's too big. I think he's too old. Honestly, I think.
Yeah.
At this point.
Beetle's
Well, that's
young,
why I was
man.
going for him
Jaime's
as
young.
Booster instead, because at least there he doesn't have to do much. He'd be flying and shooting beams. He's not going to be in much action compared to Beetle, who is still more action oriented.
Well, now you got me thinking. Who else is he bringing over?
Oh, he could also. There's another one. Raymond has a good one. He could also play Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm still Nathan
Fillion
Fillion.
would have
Nathan
been a
Fillion.
better Hal.
As Hal
Yeah,
I
but
Jordan.
he's old.
I say
If they
give
can-
Ryan,
if they
give
do the
Ryan Reynolds
older
another
Hal,
chance at Hal. Give
I would
Ryan
be
another.
fine with Ryan playing Hal.
No.
They should
I
have.
still think my biggest hot take is that the Green Lantern movie is actually underrated.
It is.
Which one?
Yeah, it's
The one with
There's only
Ryan
one
Reynolds.
movie.
There's only
Oh,
one
I thought
movie.
you meant the animated versions. I'm sorry.
No.
They should have. If they're gonna bring in Booster, they have to bring in Ted Kord. Like
Yeah.
they have to. So what about Andrew Lincoln? I can't
You
feel
know
for
what?
everything.
You know who I want to see in a movie? Jessica Cruz.
Yes.
Yes!
I want
You're
Jon
in.
Stewart really bad. Jon Stewart
Yeah.
really bad.
Hey, you know who I want? Guy Gardner.
Yes, he is my
Who
favorite.
would be Guy? Who would be
Ew.
Guy?
Nobody, because
Now,
it's
Pratt,
no,
Pratt
wait,
could
wait.
play Guy
But
Gardner.
can we
Chris,
have this-
get over your
No, but Chris,
bias
Chris,
against Guy.
Kristen, if Guy Gardner is in this universe, we could have a scene where Batman punches him in the face.
that is
Yeah.
true.
Well,
That is a good
Yeah.
One
point.
punch.
He makes a good case.
Okay, here's one.
Who plays Rocket
Now
Raccoon?
we no longer have Kevin and Michael Clark Duncan. Who would you want as the voice for Kilowog?
Andrew Lincoln.
Bautista.
Coral!
Bautista.
Coral!
You poozer!
No, I'm telling you. Dave
What's that, Drew?
Bautista.
I thought Drew said- Go ahead.
Who played Rocket Raccoon? Who played the voice?
Bradley Cooper.
That's
Yeah,
Bradley
Brad Cooper is
Bradley
Guy
Brad-
Gardner. Brad Cooper is Guy Gardner.
Yes.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
He'd have to bulk up a little bit. Yeah, that
He
could
can.
work.
can
He
do
played
it.
Chris Kyle.
Now,
Yeah,
would you
he can
want
bulk
him
up.
to have the bowl cut or no?
No,
please.
just slick it back. Just
There are
have-
some things you can't do nowadays because it just looks dumb, like the
A
Trump.
mullet and a
he can
bowl
just-
cut.
He can just slick. He just get
His
his.
That
voice
is not-
always looks
Slick it back.
stupid, no matter what. It's part of his character,
No, it's
man.
not.
I want that stupid bowl
How
cut
is it part of his character?
because he's always had it. Have you seen a different hairstyle on this
If he's
guy?
always had it, no. But here's the thing. Also, we have to consider there's some things in the comics that aren't going to translate. well
Actually,
to
you're
the
wrong,
cinema.
Bianca. From Reaper onward, he has not had the bowl cut.
Yeah, he has.
In New 52, he had long hair and a beard.
Yeah.
Listen, if
Yeah.
Japanese people can still have a bowl cut nowadays, you can do it to redheads.
But Americans are not exactly going to go for that. They're like, the
That's
bowl cut is-
racist.
That's racist.
Well, I got news for you. The most people remember Guy Gardner is not with the bowl cut. Modern comics, he hasn't had the bowl cut for a while.
Beard.
No,
That's what I said. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I said.
You
As far
can't,
back as Green
just
Lantern
because
Universe,
something has
it's
always been a certain way in comics doesn't mean it should stay that way. And the
Yeah.
bowl cut
You're
is not
completely
is
wrong. We
absolutely
want
not
the
a fundamental.
trunks.
The bowl cut and the trunks are not a fundamental part of the. In other words,
Agreed.
Superman is
They
not
look
any less
nice.
Superman if he doesn't have the trunks. Guy Gardner is not any less Guy Gardner if he has
Okay.
if he doesn't have the bowl cut.
Steel. Who would you want to steal?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh man.
The guy who played Cage in the show on Netflix.
Perfect.
I would
Well,
say-
that's a
Great.
good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
That's
he
a
might
good
be
one.
too old. I would say, what about Michael J. White?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's my time to
or-
leave,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Have a
Or-
nice day, night.
Bye,
Hang on.
Bianca.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got a good one for Steel. Killmonger.
Oh,
Oh, that would be amazing.
Michael B. Jordan is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
he
he's
would
great.
definitely work.
Wouldn't
Thing is,
Michael? Isn't
although
he
could he-
doing a project on
Valzad.
Valzad? Yeah.
If that actually goes,
If it
goes
comes
through.
through.
What I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that that all the Black Superman stuff is gonna like be, they'll put the kibosh on it. They'll
Yeah.
quietly
I
shelve
think
it.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's partly why he chose to go with the other universe and not a Black Clark. So there was probably a better chance of it being done because it'll be like, no, this is a different Superman. And he could probably adjust it to have it be that he meets up the other Superman.
And it's not written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, so plus in my mind.
Anything with
maybe it
the
is. What
not
about
written by
Static?
Ta-Nehisi Coates is a plus in my mind.
He just asked, what about Static?
Ooh, Static.
I don't
Static-
know actors.
here's
This
the-
is the
here's the funny
problem
thing
with
is-
this game. I don't know
here's the
these people.
problem.
I just name people from Walking Dead.
Here's my option.
Andrew Lincoln.
Here's what I say. Here's what I would say. Here's an option that most people never seem to consider: someone unknown.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna say someone white.
No. I was gonna say someone.
Now all of a sudden everyone's against race bending.
No, I'm saying someone unknown. That's why, and someone like Static, given how young we would have to look, I would say someone unknown we don't know about.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Guess what? That's what Snyder did with like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman too. He went with unknown actors that.
And Campbell was still in stuff before, and he just wasn't a big name.
But he wasn't a big name. Or like Gal Gadot. Would you have?
She was ready to quit acting by that point.
I guarantee you, if Warner Brothers, if he had not been,
hey.
No, I guarantee you, if it had been Warner Brothers' choice, they would not have picked Gal Gadot or Jason Momoa as Aquaman and Wonder Woman. They would not have gone with that.
I wouldn't have either, though. Honestly, or at least made him cut his hair.
I think I found the one thing I disagree with the dead guy on.
Hold on, let me get this. I love this.
Why do I have a feeling that's from Bianca? Why do I have a feeling that's
really good and fun show of bad ideas? Well done, and it's not even bad ideas. We didn't have bad ideas last week. That was my fault. We're getting back to it this
bad
week.
Ideas. There's just wrong opinions.
I know. Yeah. If anybody has been at my channel for more than a day, they know I have terrible taste. So, like,
oh, trust me, Tristan. I've been on this channel enough times to know that. Trust me.
Oh my God, the worst taste in movies and shows, and like, I'm the person that champions Son of Kal-El while everybody else is Super Son. So, you know what? I have bad taste. I own it.
You're the one who champions Bruce and Talia. So yeah, there's
yes.
I just thought of someone who could do Kilowog. Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah, he don't even need makeup now.
Yeah, he just do the voice. Just do the voice, and I think his voice would work.
And by the way, Tavia brings up a good point. This is something we say on my channel all the time. If you want a black Superman, how about an Icon movie?
Icon would be wonderful.
Yes. And I think Jordan would be perfect for that.
Yes,
Michael B would be perfect for that.
These characters exist. That's why when they announced, okay, we're doing a black Clark Kent with Ta-Nehisi Coates, everyone's like, why? We have these three other versions of Clark of Superman.
And
what about Idris Elba too? He could. Well, he was just.
He was Bloodsport.
He was. Bloodsport. Yeah.
This is why I keep saying when they did stuff like Jace as the new Batman, Jace Fox, at the very least, you can at least give it this. It is now takes the idea of a black Bruce Wayne off the table because now people actually have a viable option to say
it should have been Luke Fox.
I'm not sure if that was viable, but sure.
No.
Not viable,
it's like I'm saying it's like once Miles was introduced. Did you notice how much people stopped saying Black Peter Parker? They say like saying let's make Peter black.
Who said that?
Before Miles, I heard that regularly from people saying we need to make Peter should be black. But then, of course, then people would argue saying, yeah, but then him getting Uncle Ben getting shot loses its impact.
You know, they did Easter egg that in Far From Home or No Way Home.
Yeah.
When
I
thought you were black.
This is another thing. I made this prediction on on my channel. I think that over the course of this of this new Dawn of DC, we're gonna see John Kent go away from the Superman moniker. We're gonna have Jace Fox go away from the Batman. In other words, they're gonna streamline it so there's only one Superman, only one Batman.
They're gonna reread, in other words.
Yeah, because here's why. Because when and James Gunn himself said he's trying to coordinate more with Jim Lee, and when you have Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne being the mains, being Superman and Batman, you don't want a Marvel situation where I go into a comic book store and go, I want to read Thor. Who's Jane Foster?
Right.
Now here's you know what the character I wouldn't mind to see show up as a secondary character later on down the line, but relatively recent. Monkey Prince. I think he actually has enough viability.
Could that work as a movie?
No. I didn't say it's his own movie. I was
what about animated?
Animated or a live action show or something.
Didn't they do a Monkey Prince animated show?
That was something completely different than this, obviously.
Oh, okay, but yeah.
Yeah, but I would like this. I think this is a character who actually has built up enough already, and thanks to Lazarus Planet, which didn't you want to talk about that, Lazarus Planet?
Yeah, I actually did.
Go ahead. And Tavia, James Gunn is not in charge of de-aging John Kent. I got news for you. He's not in charge of that.
Seriously?
It's just movies.
He said he has no effect over, and likely they're never going to de-age him. Because the backlash that they would get if they did that is not something DC wants to deal with, because they'd be like, you're taking away the LGBT Superman, because that's what he was labeled as when he came out. Superman.
Not only that, though, but he's been now an older kid longer than he was a little kid. We
Yeah,
have
he
reached
has.
that point now. Once that happens, it's the point of no return. Once you've done that, where now it's like, no, why go back to something? Now, doesn't mean we can't still have more stories set when he was a kid. Yes. But as far as new present-day stories, unless they do a de-aging story that's a story, not permanent, not going to happen.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and Philip Kennedy Johnson, I think, had a great statement on this. He said, too much has happened. Let me put it this way. Beyond the buy thing, John Kent has had too many other stories that would be invalidated if they just de-aged him. So, in other words, he's done too much to be de-aged. If they can't do that, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
no.
I don't want to see him de-aged either. I think there's enough people that like John older that maybe, I mean, the internet isn't everywhere, right? There's not a lot of people talking about it, but that doesn't mean that there's not enough people that like this book, in that he's getting this 6-issue miniseries coming out. Like, you got to see how these stories go before you can even talk about that.
I'm much more open to John Kent after reading Dark Crisis 6.
Yes.
I was like, no, I got it now.
The only time I've ever seen a case of they aged up a kid character then redid it was in Fantastic Four, when they aged up Franklin Richards to, not recently, but in the past, they changed him up, shot him up to a teenager, but he was his other identity. But then the reason why that, congrats, Drew, by the way.
Yay!
The reason why they could undo that was, one, the circumstances led to him going forward in the time and then coming back claiming to be Franklin. And two, it was mostly relegated to the Fantastic Four book. They didn't have him go into any other book. They didn't give him his own solo title, none of that. So it was much easier to undo very quickly.
And Tevia, they're not going to pull a Wally West because that would then invalidate this John Kent. They're not going to do it. The only time that they could possibly de-age him is if they completely reboot the universe, new 52 style, which honestly, I think that we need a complete reboot.
That's kind of what I was hoping Dark Crisis ended up being. But I mean, speaking of which, we got Lazarus Island, and is that what it's called? Lazarus Planet. Whatever.
A little smaller.
A little smaller, a little bit. But
a little smaller, you mean a little bigger.
The first issue, the Alpha, was so fucking good.
Amazing.
It was beautiful.
The art is so good. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually getting, I don't know if it's the Mark Waid effect of him coming back to DC, but everything he touches or is around is really well done.
Yeah, and case in point, Monkey Prince was written so well. It was the best Monkey Prince had ever been written. He was written like an actual character I cared for, concerned for, I believed. He wasn't really I know he's written as kind of like a joke in a series, but this one, it's like, oh my God, he actually has a heart in this.
Yeah, he went up to, what was it, Black Alice, just to check on her, like a very human thing to do.
We haven't seen her since the as a main part since the Master of the Universe versus the DC Universe story, and that wasn't even canon.
Yeah, and this was really like, and then we're getting these like new kind of fuckered up powers, which I think is like, we're so used to status quo. We're so used to it. Having something a little bit different is kind of exciting.
What I absolutely love about Dawn of DC, going off of this and starts here, is that they're making these other the super family each more distinct, as opposed to just being clones of Clark in the same costume. Like a bit, because for the longest time, Supergirl was just, she's female Superman, but now it's like they're making them more different. They're doing new things with like Connor going into space, John getting the blue powers.
I want to correct YouTube noob. No, there was another story out there where he had become something else in the present day, where he was aged up. I don't remember what the name it was, but it was some other name. He wore the suit and everything. It was so hated that they were able to simply say, send him back to his other day and bring back the young Franklin who jumped forward and say, "Oh, it never happened."
So Lazarus Planet.
Have you read this?
No, yes. And I love like that they included characters like we haven't seen. Blue Devil alone. I was like,
oh wow.
holy
yeah, when's the last
shit.
time we've seen him?
I have no maybe Justice League Dark. Maybe it's been
He
so
showed
long.
up on the Swamp Thing show, didn't he? He showed up in like a episode.
Yes,
of
he
Swamp Thing
did.
show.
And he was in Dark
Yes.
Crisis.
Yeah.
He was a background character, but he was in
Right.
Dark Crisis.
But I mean, these characters, I love one of my favorite things. I like the Justice League, but the Justice League Dark to me is so much more interesting because it's
Yes.
it's the
Cyborg,
characters,
Cyborg.
Ragman, all these characters are so good, and it
Dead
kind
man.
of almost feels a little centered on that and the Superman characters, and we got Omen. We got fucking Omen to show up in this one.
Okay.
When's the last time we seen her?
By the way, Tavia, when it comes to Valeria Richards, technically she didn't turn into a baby. We had a story where we saw her as a teenager. Then later she was properly born in the present day. She didn't get turned into a baby. We saw her from the future as if she was raised by Doom. And then later on, Sue was pregnant with her. And then it was revealed, back when she miscarried long ago, Franklin had sent her soul way into the future.
And Tevia, here's the difference between those two. Ultimately, John became an LGBT icon, and if they DH him, they're taking that away, and they don't want the backlash that would come from, because it would be pretty big if they took that away.
Yeah, it would be pretty steep. It would.
Yeah.
And that, for that alone, it sounds silly, but for that alone, they're not going to do it. They're
true.
just not. There would be a lot of people upset, and there would be a lot of people that think that's kind of shitty, myself included. Not because he's gay, because I like his character now. So I do think that would be enough alone to say it's not going to happen in the nicest way, Tavia. Sorry.
Tavia also, you bring up Bart. That lasted a year.
And then Tevia, if you try and compare this to the Snyder Cut again, that was a completely different example.
So anyway, now arguing about Super Sons.
Yeah.
What did you think about the John story? I mean, he had the electric powers, but then this other kid, it was temporary. So what is the explanation? Some is going to be permanent, others is going to be temporary. What's going on?
It's a mess. That's what it's telling us. There's no continuity with this beyond that alpha issue. Like people are
either no continuity, or maybe it's meant to be random.
That's what I thought.
It just people are writing whatever the hell they want. It could be whatever the hell they want. It could be Ecto Cooler, Kool-Aid, whatever is causing it. Who knows?
I'm guessing you didn't like the Superman issue, Drew.
Oh my! Kyle and I did our Comics Elite role playing theater for that, and it was hysterical because it's laugh out loud funny. It's unbelievable that story, how that was in here, and the quality drop from the alpha issue to this is shocking, and I'm at a loss for words.
Well, Wade wasn't involved with this one at all, and in fact, most of these were, besides Leia Williams, are people I don't think I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's all fill in, just people just hired guns that have had no prior experience at DC. And it's like, why the hell do you have these guys working on this?
Wait, who's the actress who played Dreamer again?
I forget her name.
Is that Nicole
I like
Maines?
that she has, Nicole Maines.
Oh, then she wrote it herself again in this.
Amazing.
They like her. I mean, I like Dreamer as a character, what we've seen so far, but I honestly think my favorite part of this issue was the new stuff with Power Girl.
It was Mercy for me. I like what's going on with Mercy.
And, Mercy is so fucking cool. You're right. I forgot.
Yeah.
And of course, the fact that Lex was ready to just leave her behind and basically say, like, "Oh, you did your duty." What?
It's Lex. What do you expect?
I love it. I know. Your judgment is impeccable, Miss Graves. In time of crisis, you've shown me you flourish. Lesser folks fall apart under pressure, but you. Oh no, that's her remembering what was said. But still, it's like, oh, goodbye.
I like that they're giving Mercy
cyborg powers.
Yeah, but Mercy's never
oh no, she was
really
Amazon.
important. Yes, I know, but she hasn't been very important for a very long time, and to have her be this hot cyborg, I'm kind of digging it.
Now, David, no, I disagree.
I
do think some of these Lazarus Planet changes are going to stick around. Some, not all. And I
don't think they're meant to stick around that long. I think they're meant to...
Except for John.
Well, and I think they're... Like I said earlier, we're so used to the status quo. We're so used to everything being, Batman is powerless. We've got Superman with these powers. Now we've got a new power for Power Girl. She's got What is she? Oh my god.
Oh my god! I just realized this reminds me
Telepathic
so
or
much.
something?
Okay, any of you guys here know about? Remember the old story, Underworld's Unleashed?
Yeah, no, we do not.
When was that?
That was in the 90s. That was in the 90s. Mark Waid wrote this. That's the one where the devil Neron makes a deal with all these villains to give them upgrades. All they do is sell their souls, and then a lot of those changes lasted a long time. Like that
that's a fair trade. Selling your soul, why not?
That was the time when Killer Moth actually became more moth-like. That would be the version we would see in Teen Titans, the cartoon.
Okay. I'd never heard of that, and I read comics in the 90s. That's what
yeah. That was one of those events that Wade had done. Unfortunately, it also led to him killing off the Rogues for a while.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
nope. Nope.
I don't know. I think this, like, I've said it so many times when it comes to Dark Crisis. It very much so was a event for longtime fans. It was a little bit of a mess in the nicest way possible. It was a little, like, there was some great moments, but overall it wasn't great. This start of what we've got from Lazarus already seems to have a little bit more,
Thea Raymond
ability to make me interested. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the dawn of the DCU stuff. Maybe it's the super family getting their own agency away from each other. But at some point, like, I was getting fucking sick and tired of Dark Crisis.
Who wasn't? Jeez.
Who wasn't? But let me put this way:
Yeah,
it
him.
didn't help. It didn't help that we also had Dark Crisis Young Justice.
And all those World Without bullshit. Like, the Superman one was good, and that's it. Like, the rest of them were inconsequential to the entire story. Like, do something fun. And you know what? Another thing I gotta say while I'm bitching, enough events after this.
Oh, hey, well, to be fair, not counting, and as far as big line-wide events, this was the first one since Death Metal. This does not count Shadow War, War on Earth 3, or Trial of the Amazons, because those are 3 self-contained events. But as far as big
mini events,
yeah. So to be fair, there was a good length of time between Death Metal and Dark Crisis.
Or how about this? Remember when we had like Death Metal, 3 Jokers, and Joker War all at once, and everyone was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
I kind of stopped around then, just to be honest.
There's so much.
A lot of fans did with Death Metal, because here's the thing: when you look at the original outline, it's actually a very simple story. The problem is that DC came in and went.
To be fair, Death Metal gave us Robin King, who was fucking awesome. Like,
and then killed him all before he became annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess. He was he was a good character. He was like the worst in all of us. Like, I kind of like that pure evil for the sake of evil. Not like, because we have so many villains that are, and I like these type of villains, but we have so many relatable villains.
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. There's a pure shortage of villains who are just pure evil, who love being evil, who are completely irredeemable. I want those villains. We need those villains.
By the way, with Dark Crisis, it gave us the revolution of Superboy Prime, which then led to you making that video, Tristan, which then got Raymond subscribed to you.
That is true. Those are facts. Just laying out the facts.
If it was never written, Raymond wouldn't be here.
No, he wouldn't have subscribed. He was following, but he wouldn't have subscribed if it wasn't for that video.
That's weird to me. I just subscribe to everybody. Maybe that's my problem.
Well, Tater back to the point. Chasm for Ben Reilly is a train wreck at Marvel. Between DC and Marvel, at least DC has plans. Marvel's just throwing everything at the wall.
Remember how great the X-Men was when Jonathan Hickman first came in, and then they quickly went away from that, and now it's like a crapshoot?
Does anybody else often like wonder if they do some of this shit like not working together? But how did we get not pregnant Joker one week and then pregnant guy from Marvel the next week, and then like racist remark after racist remark all in the same week?
By the way, with that whole pregnant thing, I saw that dude's reaction saying, "Oh, it was a joke for Silver Age." The problem with saying that, and I agree, it was just a stupid story. But the problem with that is that our culture has changed to the point where people are going to react that way. That's why I think it wasn't. That's why I think he was just covering for it because he didn't expect like the cultural backlash from that.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I
and
apologize for you getting EFAP'd, Jared.
No, it's all good. I was
not just that. It wasn't just
Yeah,
that. I mean, I think what's his name, Perch, had made that comment. Like maybe it's a tie into the Silver Age, and then Matt Rosenberg made a comment saying, "Oh, it's a tie into the Silver Age." After Perch made that comment in that video, it's like,
I don't think Rosenberg watches
that has
Perch,
nothing
though.
to do. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it. All the backups had been Silver Age tie-ins.
Yeah, but
all of them
here's
had.
the problem. There were other crazy things because nowadays where it's actually a debate whether or not men can get pregnant, you can't tell me that didn't factor into his decision on which on to do that type of story.
I don't know. I would have never thought about it. I mean, but I also, I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't give a fuck about the political landscape. But I don't.
True.
I just think it made it sell out. Like that sold a shit ton of copies because people were upset or offended or whatever they were over it. It sold out. Cool. You did your job, I guess.
Yeah, it got publicity. It worked.
That's what DC is doing. Apparently, their new marketing strategy is outrage.
Engagement through enragement.
They're doing it better though than Marvel does.
Yeah.
Well, see, Marvel's got Disney's funding, so they're just throwing money at Marvel, saying, "Just put stuff out. We don't care what you're doing.
Don't care.
Just put a character in there. We're happy with it." DC's got to be more careful. They got to be more careful with,
particularly now with like when they have a new leadership that will cut stuff just for the sake of cutting stuff.
Yep.
The sad part about it is, and we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about the pregnant Joker stuff a few weeks ago, is there are a lot of really good stories that get pushed to the back because everybody's talking about the dumb ass story of Joker. Everybody's talking about the was it Silver Age? Was it a political thing? Was it this? When we should be talking about like how good World's Finest was this week.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yep. By the way,
And here's the thing.
wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
All right. What was the headline when John Kent came out as bi? Superman is now bisexual, not Superman's son or anything like that. No, it was Superman.
Oh yeah, and people were like, Clark Kent is gay? What?
To be fair though, from what I understand, way back when they killed off Jason Todd, people thought it was Dick Grayson because all people knew was Burt Ward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not anything new, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not anything new, but it doesn't make it all the less maddening.
Yeah, it's a smart move business-wise. Think about it. If people are not reading the comics, they don't know who's Superman currently, who's on Earth, who's on World. They're looking at it going, you know what? This is going to get people talking. And as much as it sucks, that's capitalism at its finest.
Yeah.
yes.
What were you going to say, Robert?
Public.
Beforehand, I was going to say something else, but I just blanked on it now. Completely
Fair
blanked
enough.
on it.
Fair enough. No, you're fine. We're going to wrap up anyways. Drew, what do you guys have going over at Comics Elite this week?
Oh, we've got our Born of Blood #3 special edition that we're still going on right now for 9 more days. But tonight, 11:59 p.m., the Shikari cover and the Jamie Tyndall collector box comes to an end. So you better jump in on that
Already got
now.
it.
All right, thank you.
I'm good.
Oh, you're missing out, man.
I'm good. I just want the books. I don't want any goodies like that.
Well, hey, if that's one of the tiers. It's one of the perks. You can get all the back issues on
Fair
there.
enough.
Well,
Why would I get the back
I
issues when I already
personally
got
want
the
the
back
back
issues?
He's like, I got it.
Yeah, I got it already.
And we're doing I'll be doing my review solo on Monday since.
Oh no! What you gotta go on it alone?
Yep, reviewing Han Solo tomorrow. So
Han Solo.
Yep.
That's
Cool.
funny. What about you, Dead Guy? What do you got going on at your channel this week?
This week, I since I didn't put any audio comics out, I'm putting 3 out next week. So
Oh, yeah.
you guys aren't going to hear from me for a few days, I promise. Tonight, though, is the first member live stream since Albus made 10, 15
hell
more
yeah.
members. So tonight I'm going to go ahead and edit up some of my audio tracks that I've been working on, and I'll just be live and you guys can chill with me and chat while I'm using my audio programs. Nothing major, but
Nothing major.
Awesome. Sounds fun. What about you, Jared? Any more controversial videos?
Oh, trust me, I got plenty in mind. I got the Superman Trunks video, which I'm sure I'm gonna get backlash for because Superman fans are very argumentative, as I encountered with the Lois Lane video. And then I'm talking about Spawn on Wednesday, and then
It's Daryl. Duh, it's Daryl.
Yeah, and then on Friday, I believe you and I are doing a collaboration on my channel talking about the stuff we want to see from DC, and just going through my script and making sure everything is all nice and tidy for when it's done.
Awesome.
I'm still challenging you, Jared. Tell me when and where.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Oh my God.
Fight.
Finish him. What do you got going on, Robert?
I got one more video of Pro Teacher Noob in the can. I still haven't recorded anything else so far. Hopefully I can get one recorded with either Dead Guy or Carrie tomorrow.
Are we doing Green Lantern tomorrow?
Maybe. And Tristan, you and me we've been going to do a recording of the Doom that came to Gotham. Let me know when.
Okay, I can do that. Sounds perfect.
Other than that, like I said before, I'm done with Monkey Island finally. And I would be going back to Walking Dead and then I might. I'm still joking because I might be Walking Dead out already.
That's an impossible feat. That can't happen.
I'll definitely be doing Spider-Man at the very least, one or the other.
Cool.
And Robert, I got one thing to say to you, dude, before we log off.
What's that?
Get over here.
Get the fuck over here. That's an actual line. He once said he dropped the F-bomb saying that once in one of the games.
That's good.
Actually, I'm not kidding. He actually did in one of the games saying, "Get the fuck over here."
Before we log off, Jared, if you're ever interested, man, if you'd like me to contact you somehow and maybe possibly get you in on possibly voicing a character.
Oh, awesome.
I'm sort of doing something different this year. I've decided to cut back on 17 people reading in a comic, and I figured just bring in one other creator per arc, and it's just me and them do the rest of the comic. So I'll find a way to get a hold of you, man. If you want to put like a link or something in the private chat, that'd be really cool.
Awesome.
So what? That means if you and I. So wait, does that mean if you and I just do that one super bad arc from Superman Batman, it'll be you and me doing it?
Just me and you. You got it. You got it.
There I mean,
besides special events,
we will still need a girl for the girl to do the girl voice.
My Twitter.
You doing it, really?
Hey, listen, I've been doing girl voices since this started, and I don't want my subs to get spoiled on 13 people being in each.
Oh no, yeah, but we at least get one other person. Is all I'm saying.
No.
He's got
it. Because Alien's going to be your last one with a big cast.
Yeah, well, Alien, yeah, and The Crow,
That's what I
and some stuff coming out in the future. But yeah, just events, basically.
Awesome. All right, guys, we are going to see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.